Welcome back to Numbers on the Board.
Numbers on the board, yes.
Playoffs been amazing.
It has.
I feel like I start off every episode saying that, but it is true. We got the top seeds down 2-1 in both of their respective series. Today, we got the Knicks going home against the Boston Celtics. Will they retaliate?
Yeah, we up 2-0. We ain't up 2-0.
Y'all 2-0.
Yeah, tell them to put some respect on y'all name.
No, he has.
Yeah,
you
come on,
put
man.
respect on our name.
I've put respect on y'all name.
When's the last time you ever picked us in a series?
Oh, I didn't pick
D Mills
y'all.
remind me of
No,
a sandal.
I
You know
didn't
why?
pick us in this either.
Flip-flopping?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying, you talking about him put respect. You never put respect on the niggas. Even when
I
they
didn't-
won.
I didn't when y'all up 2-0, I did.
Oh, they got
when y'all up 2-0, I did.
Because he hit the group chat saying, you know,
I said it first.
what did you say?
I said the Boston Celtics are so bad they making me root for the Knicks. Or something like that.
But he actually was like, let's go Knicks.
I feel like
I
Spike
ain't say
Lee for a
let's go
little bit.
Knicks, but I was there. I was rooting for them.
You only rooted for us because of how the Celtics was playing.
No, his hatred for the Celtics is just higher.
Right.
That's all it is.
That's it.
That's all
You
it
never liked the Celtics, which I ain't mad at. But you saying, it's just you saying tell him to put some respect. I mean,
I'm just saying, if I'm up 2-0, I want it to be known that I'm up 2-0. I don't want nobody to say I'm up 2-1.
No, it's cool.
Because none of your teams up 2-0.
They not.
I also ain't that fan, man.
Monday
Like,
is for us, Derek.
Get the
True.
day.
Lottery, baby.
Get the day. No, y'all will have the 11th
Well, he's got
overall
7
pick.
teams, so his team is going to win.
Oh, true. You got the Spurs,
One of
Blazers,
his teams
Bulls.
going to jump up.
So
Hopefully Chicago.
let me
Thank
ask
you.
y'all this, and I know y'all not draft experts, right?
I am now, by the way. I watched one YouTube video and I feel like I'm locked.
In my series with the Suns, the 76ers jumped up to 4. Who would they take at 4?
That's real tough. Because
I would
who
trade
was at 3?
Huh?
Who was at 3? Do you remember?
The Hornets.
Hornets at 3.
They probably take Ace.
They
The
probably take
losers
Ace. Yeah.
of that draft simulation was the Wizards and the Jazz. They were 5 and 6.
Sorry, Wizards fans. It
Oh,
happened
damn.
again.
Yeah, the Wizards were 6 and the Jazz were 5, and I was like, wow.
I don't know, actually.
You said the Sixers?
Yeah, they went up to 4.
I don't think you bring in that draft pick.
Pelicans fell in my video too. I haven't put this video out either, but they were 7th.
You think you get a wing?
I think they should just go best player available.
I was gonna say
could
maybe
get- They
Jace.
could get the
No, hell no.
who?
Jace at 4?
Who else would you take in there?
Ace Bailey.
Ace Bailey's
4?
still there.
Or
VJ's
VJ
one of them
Edgecombe.
two is on the board right now.
That's a lot of people I would take before Jace Richardson at 4. And you said wing. He's a 6'4"
6'2".
combo guard.
Yeah.
So, but that's the thing about them is like they could probably just go best player available. Whatever they think is the best player at that spot, you just go for. I don't care if it even is a big. But I think the guard position
No,
is
for real though.
Maxey, McCain, you like Grimes, you still got Paul George. Theoretically, they would love to get like a 4, but you can, figure out some things.
No,
They
I'm
can
with-
trade down.
I'm with the big spot.
Maybe.
'Cause I'm a big believer that even if you have a real like a superstar point guard or especially center, having a really good backup does so much dividends because like
But do you look for that at 4? Really good backup, you can find Ty
But
Jones
again,
at 28.
If that's the best thing available, then yeah. But that's what you have to ask yourself as the team evaluating. Do we think
wasn't-
that's the best thing?
yeah, it was more so whatever it was. I was just saying that like it don't matter what position. Even if you have a big and the best position is a big, I'm still fine with getting a big.
Yeah.
Because I think the Rockets, the Rockets at number 3 picked Reed Shepherd, and I don't necessarily think that was wrong. I mean, I know he didn't play a bunch, but they knew that going into it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think the 76ers have the luxury of taking a swing, if you will. They can go real upside because their team is kind of set as is, right? So if we have, I don't know. I don't even know who the high upside player is. Let's just say it's Trey Johnson or something. You believe Trey Johnson can be Devin Booker in 3 years? Well, we already have Jared McCain and Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid. We can afford to draft somebody that may take a few years to develop opposed to something else. But I can also see the other side. We're trying to win right now and go get somebody that can be in the rotation.
yeah, I think that's the tougher game to play. And if you are going to do that, I think you should just trade back. The only thing about the 76ers is I went to Fanspo and they can't make any trades. Yeah, all that money tied up. What are you doing?
Oh.
Nobody trades back just to trade back. You trade back to get some more stuff.
Or
And I don't.
to get rid of a bad contract, whoever that may be.
I don't think
we
they got
talked
one.
about that, but then again, I just don't see any suitors who would be willing to jump up and absorb Paul George contract.
Yeah.
You're probably right.
Unless
You
like,
think the Blazers want to move up that bad that they taking back Paul George?
Nah, because
They already got like DeAndre Ayton, and they
The Bulls moving up that bad that they want to
I
take Paul
did think
George?
of Bulls, but I didn't know if that was my Bulls bias coming to play, so I didn't say it.
But do you think that the Bulls would want to jump up that bad that they would take on Paul George?
I don't think it's out of
And
the
then
realm
what
of
do they give up
possibility.
to Philadelphia besides
it's like
taking the contract?
Vucevic
It's Vooch
and Kobe White.
In that case, I would probably just stick
You
to
want to
where I
give
am.
you?
I don't want to. I'm just thinking like Paul George makes a lot of money. Those.
Yeah, you have to do it, right?
And Lonzo's $20 million are now up. He now will be on a much smaller contract. So
Contractually,
yeah,
it's like you give us a bad
Oh, no,
contract, we give
Patrick
you a
Williams.
bad contract. Exactly.
Yeah,
You get the young bad contract. Position Lee, he's a Gershon Yahoo salary replacement. There you go.
His bad contract compared to Paul George's on no funny shit, depending on how they view him, Paul George, that probably would be a win. Paul George make a lot of
For
money.
a lot of years, too.
Yeah.
He's going to be making
over
nearly
$50 million.
$60 million on the last year of that deal. It's a $57 million player option, and he'll be 37. I think he was 34 this year, and we saw how tough this year was as far as injuries and lack of rhythm. So at 37,
Yeah. Did they discontinue his signature sneaker? I feel like
Yes.
I haven't seen. Okay,
Yeah.
I've seen a Paul
they
George.
did that
Oh,
when
yeah.
he was with the Clippers.
Yeah, they did
that
that
a
a minute ago.
last year.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to figure out how much money is that man making a year? Because of course you got the NBA contract.
Listen,
Does Nike,
Nike
continue
deal.
to play you if they discontinue your signature shit?
yeah, he's still a Nike athlete.
He's got commercials
you
still.
just-
Too.
And I'll say this.
Investments, podcasts. He got a lot of avenues, man.
I understand Paul George wasn't the hottest name. And maybe that's not what it got to do with it. I think Nike never liked to put out too many shoes at once, and they had too many young guys emerging that they probably just had to.
Yeah, Ja,
remove
D-Book.
him. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But his shoe did phenomenal. Him and Kyrie.
The PlayStation collab.
Oh, yeah, the
that was
PlayStation
clean.
was
Mason
day
still
one.
got those in his room to this day.
They
It's the same
they
one.
resell for a bunch. I was just looking through Paul George's shoe catalog last week trying to find snipes, and those PlayStation ones ain't dropping for shit. Ain't dropping for shit. Neither some of the Kyries. It's interesting we talking about Paul
How's
George.
Jared Allen getting a new pair every day then?
Those ain't new.
Yeah, he wearing the same one for 3 seasons straight.
No, I think somebody asked him about it. He is.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are the same ones he used to wear in Brooklyn, I believe.
Damn.
Damn, is he
They
getting them
still-
re-gripped? What the fuck?
I
yeah.
don't
Yeah,
know.
he
He
probably.
playing 40 minutes a night, 82 games a
Let me
season.
make sure I ain't
Because he
lying.
did play every game this year.
I mean, he do have the money to essentially just get him repaired if he like him that much.
Damn.
There's
Yeah,
shoe
that's
repair
tough,
shops that'll
bro.
repair your shoe.
Look, as soon as
He's
you
going
type
to
in-
the
He's a
mall.
big fella too. You know they got a little bit of a lean probably.
Or they might just have it within the.
It says right here,
Yeah.
Jared Allen, a professional basketball player with the Cavaliers, is known for consistently wearing the Nike Kyrie 3 basketball shoes. He has been playing in this model for an extended period, and his shoes have shown significant wear and tear, with the upper and midsoles showing signs of collapse.
Just imagine he burst out of them next game.
All on some
Like
Zion.
Zion.
But Zion shoes was new.
Brand new. What was he wearing? Was he wearing Kyrie's?
No,
He
it's
was
Paul
wearing Nike.
George's.
Paul
No.
George.
Oh yeah.
That's why they discontinued the shit. On national TV, the number one prospect just bursted out of a brand new pair of sneakers. We can't have that on the market no more.
Another thing while we're on the subject of Paul George, I'm glad he came up. Hey, man, I know I'm a Paul George guy. That's my dog, right? One of my favorite players. I don't like that when Jayson Tatum is playing the worst basketball we've seen, it turns into he is the Kobe Bryant of Paul. Like, don't Paul George's name shouldn't come up when a player is playing shitty. Like Jayson Tatum game.
He's the Kobe Bryant of Paul George.
But they said that.
But what if he's the Paul George of Kobe Bryant's?
No, they said. So this is a tweet that I seen. Paul George is the LeBron of Paul George's. He's the best.
Did somebody a talking head? Didn't you?
Yeah,
What
I
did you
had
say?
put
That was Nick Wright.
Nick
They
Wright.
did he
said the Paul George.
I'll look through our chat. I
The
remember
Paul-
posting it, but I don't remember exactly what he said.
The Paul George of Paul George's is Chris Middleton. That's what I seen.
No,
He said Jayson Tatum is the Kobe Bryant of Paul George's.
that's ignorant as hell to me.
I'm.
What did you watch the clip? I
No.
didn't watch the clip.
I didn't
No,
watch it either.
I'm not
Okay.
going to.
It was
wonder
only
if
like
it
a
was-
40-second clip.
I wonder if it was said like in jest or he was just like like joking. I don't even know.
I just think that Paul George, and I even seen the conversation Pick a Side was having on one of their little clips, and it was asking like, Paul George, Jayson Tatum, or something. And like, I can't even remember what the answers was, but I just remember what people in the comments were saying, and I'm just like, man, we forget. Y'all forget.
Bro, hey, no, on some real shit, P. I'm glad you keep sticking with Paul George because you kind of reminded me. I was watching some old clips of Paul George, and it was just like,
how old we talking? Indiana old?
This is Indiana.
Okay.
This is Indiana, and it's just like, man, the way he was moving, he don't look at anything like he do today, and so it's just like, again, yeah, a lot of people didn't forget how Paul George was battling for a top small forward spot.
Well,
in the
top.
The reality is, I mean, everybody is going to look different 10 years after their
Mhm.
prime.
Unless you.
Even LeBron, the greatest of all
LeBron,
time.
yeah.
You look at 30-year-old LeBron versus 40-year-old LeBron, those are not the same players.
Yeah, he's
Yep.
still good. Yeah, they not gonna move the same.
Yeah. And then also Paul George snapped his leg. So that's also something.
He came back looking better after he snapped that leg.
Yes, he
honestly,
did.
though.
He finally took my advice and changed his number.
I ain't gonna say he came back looking better, but he did. He definitely.
He came back
Was-
sharp.
He ain't never finished top 3 in MVP before.
Bro,
he
I
snapped
was
his
in my
leg.
living room watching that scrimmage when he just snapped it.
I remember I was at the bowling alley when it happened. I will never forget that.
I remember they stopped the rest. They stopped the rest of the game.
That was nasty. But
A
my
traumatic
point
moment.
was, Paul George is too good of a player
Mm-hmm.
to only come up when somebody is playing. Hey man, you don't bring anybody name up when they was playing the way Jayson Tatum played. How many? What was the stat line?
Bad.
He only scored 2 points in the second half.
Like
Him and Jaylen Brown have 2 field goals each in the fourth quarters of the series.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Jaylen Brown didn't even score a field goal in that fourth
I was
quarter.
saying that he better be texting Jayson Tatum saying thank you so much for taking the heat because he played like shit the other night and nobody cares.
says anything.
Everybody want to talk about Tatum. Jaylen Brown was awful in the second half of that game.
But yeah, that pisses me off that's how. Yeah, you don't bring up Paul George's name when a player shoot that bad and the game
And
won.
you know what's the
0
crazy
of
thing
7 in the
too? I think there's
third
a
or
lot of
fourth.
there's a lot of rightfully so ridicule on Paul George and what he's done, but bro, it's a lot of mess on his name because people just love keeping up with the damn meme, bro. Like he's become a meme on social media a lot of the times, and people are just like grab at it, and they're keeping at it. But
Some of the shit is funny though.
it
When he
is,
said,
like I say, it's
I
rightfully
just asked
so.
them,
but-
give me what Kawhi got. That's hilarious.
So I'm glad you said that because that's what I actually put in the comments of the Pick a Side post. They thing is, because I just pulled it up, Tatum is PG with an A+ roster. And that, I think that's false. Paul George ain't never had no fucking roster like this. Are you shitting me, Paul
No, that's
George?
what, I think that's what they're saying. I
Yeah, that's what they're
disagree,
saying.
but that's what they're saying. But even that, are we
I
forgetting
don't
about?
I don't think Paul George would have these performances with this roster is what I'm saying. Because what he showed us he was able to do when he had David West and Roy Hibbert, that team was challenging the big 3 Miami Heat. So I couldn't imagine if we could go back and give him a roster that mirrors this. If he was able to push the Miami Heat, the big 3 Heat, with that team, if we could go back and align what this Celtics team look like to that, Paul George fuck around have a ring.
We
Fuck around have a
also
ring.
get stuck in the moment though. It's not as though Jayson Tatum doesn't have amazing playoff performances. He has a fucking 50-point game 7. He
carried
had
his
40,
team, yeah.
46 when his team was down 3-2 to win game 6 and then won game 7. That was the Grant Williams series. So it's not like
And he's been to the finals twice already.
It's
and he
not
won
like
one.
Jayson Tatum does this every night, every game,
Yeah,
every
for sure.
postseason run. He just so happens to be dog shit at this moment in time. It's just really bad. So you kind of forget about the 50-point game. You kind of forget about the 46 back against the wall type of performances that he also has.
You think people forget?
Yeah, I truly do believe.
I think they know, but what draws clicks is
If I told you
talking negatively.
the most points in the game 7 is who?
Jayson Tatum.
Motherfuckers is not saying Jayson Tatum. And that was 3 years ago.
But
Yeah.
but that's one direct specific thing. But people know that because I know he had a 50-point game, but I didn't know it was the most. But I still know he has a 50-point game.
Well, I
My-
think Steph Curry tied it, so it's him and Steph Curry.
My point with Mike is that's exactly what I put in the comments. Social media is really effing people heads up. People starting to let memes replace reality. Paul George was a bad MFer and was incredible in those prime years. That's my thing with Tatum. I think, to Mike's point, the social media aspect has kind of spilt over too much into the real professional level that people, I think, brains get fucked up because the memes is so funny that it make you cloud. Like, similar to Paul George, Jayson Tatum has become a social media punching bag.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not here to defend both of them and saying that they not, because yeah, Just give me what Kawhi just give me what Kawhi got. It's crazy. I'm back on my bully, and then you don't bully. It's crazy, right? Yeah. We did it. It's crazy. But memes is social media.
I would say Paul George creates those memes. Though.
They both do. That's exactly what I'm saying. Are you not listening to anything I'm saying? They create. I can't defend anything if you set yourself up for it. You feel me? But it don't change anything of how you are as a basketball player. So that's why I say I don't think people forget. I just think that people allow, like Mike said, the social media aspect to cloud the reality. The reality is, like Darrick was saying, who the fuck would not want Jayson Tatum's resume at that age? If we could tell people that if we had the ability to say, with all of the hype that Cooper Flag has gotten, if we say, oh man, he'll have the same resume Jayson Tatum has at this age, whatever age. How old is Jayson Tatum?
19?
He is 19. I forgot he
got to be 27, right?
I would guess 27. I'm here on Basketball Reference. He's 27 in 68 days.
Okay.
So he's only 26 right now.
He's 27 plus 68 days.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Right, he's a March baby. So, boom. It's like, if I could tell you Cooper Flag, I think all of the people, because you see how the hype is on Cooper Flag, they would go crazy. Yeah. They would be calling them one of the greatest.
Yeah. But without a doubt, if you pick Cooper Flag number one in his first 8 years of his career, was a 6-time All-Star, 4-time All-NBA, you'd be like, that was an amazing
champion.
And a champion.
And a champion. So
in an All-Star game MVP, don't forget.
So yeah, I think it's just the fact that Jayson Tatum is a puncher bag. If you put all of those accolades on Ant-Man, when you see the hype that Ant-Man, Wemby had this resume at 26 or whatever, these guys would be the greatest.
Generational.
They would be, generational. But because Jayson Tatum has done a couple of social media things that has made himself be memeable in a not so glaring way or appealing way, you know what I mean? But the results are the result. Reality is reality. I don't give a fuck what you say at the post game. You're a champion. I might laugh. There was memes that I laugh at Paul George. I may laugh at Jayson Tatum. I may laugh at LeBron meme. The new LeBron meme when he's peeking while he's on the ground, hilarious. Does not change that he's not the greatest small forward to ever play this game, though. You feel me? Like, What the hell are we talking about? Joel Embiid crying after the doink. That was hilarious in certain cases.
I also loved it because he cared. I would cry too. But we were one shot away from going to the next round.
I think it was how he looked crying.
He can't be that big crying like that.
Losing to a doink.
That cry was so crazy looking that I sometimes looked at that and was like, is he trolling? Like, I didn't know if he was trolling.
It looked like he bust into tears.
He making a face with it. Like, I've seen players cry before, but he was crying like a 2-year-old. I guess let's start there. Celtics, Knicks, how y'all feeling?
Let's start.
We do have this.
Got to get Drop the Mic out of the way.
I forgot about this little segment he got.
Yeah. All right, let's get to Drop the Mic.
A new generation of Toyota drivers are here, and they want you to know one thing. You can't stop my drive. Toyota, let's go places. Today's Drop the Mic presented by Toyota. Not superstars, but who are some underrated players you think that might get their jersey retired by the franchise?
Aaron Gordon.
I was thinking, bro.
The reason why, right?
The way Aaron Gordon has played, I mean, he's already won a championship with him. I mean, he's beloved by the fans. That's one thing that really gets you in the door when you talk about being beloved by the fans. And I just think his tenure with Denver has just been everything that they could have asked for when you talk about trading for him. And I think they have him locked up all the way up. I just looked this morning all the way up until 2029. So, like, he's going to be here for the foreseeable future. So, I think as long as you got Jamal Murray, Jokic, and Aaron Gordon, and you can somehow fill out the edges, there's going to be room for them to still compete for more championships. So, I think Aaron Gordon is probably one of the ones.
You know what makes his case easier, too? Well, he changed his number after the passing of his brother. Yes. I think 32 is more sexier. He wore, I believe, number 50 prior to that. 50 is a lot easier to get your jersey retired. Ain't nobody rushing to grab number 50. I tell you that. Now, 32 is different. 32 has always been a popular, sexy number.
You want to be a flashy point guard?
Huh?
Flashy point guards love the number 50.
55.
But doesn't it make you think that...
Who was the flashy point guard you thinking of?
White chocolate.
Yeah, 55.
Don't it make you think that all three of them going to get retired then?
Who?
If Aaron Gordon...
And man, if they fuck around and win another one, everybody, Christian Brown, you get one.
I mean, if they win another one, I think so. I think it's locked that Jokic is obviously getting his jersey. And I think Jamal Murray at this point is locked.
Same.
And I think he's an underrated guy that's going to get his
It's
jersey
kind of crazy
retired.
that Melo can't get his jersey retired.
Should have done more. Sorry.
This was another.
I'm joking. man.
Another
Miles-
name I was thinking about. He just means a lot to the franchise.
Miles Turner.
Miles Turner, but TJ McConnell, both of them.
Oh,
Oh,
Honestly,
hell no.
both of them.
Nah,
honestly,
not yet.
Miles Turner got a way better case. He's been there for 13 years.
He's going to get his jersey retired. TJ McConnell ain't getting his jersey retired.
Yeah.
No. Sorry. We would be fucking up the perspective of what jersey.
What number
retired
does he
means.
wear? I guess
he's
that.
like 12.
Okay, that's a good number. That's a good number.
He don't wear 12.
Oh,
What number does he wear?
He wears 9.
that's
Oh,
also
he
a good
does wear
number.
I knew it was an increment of 3.
Like if
or
it was an
something like that.
18,
No,
you can
I
retire your
made it-
18.
I made the face because it's double digits to single digits. It's always, you know.
I knew it was a low number.
What jersey number does Jared Vanderbilt wear?
2.
What jersey number does he?
Yeah.
Ain't that Derek Fisher shit?
Oh,
Did they not retire?
No, they didn't
Okay.
retire Derek
He
Fisher.
did.
He does wear 2
somewhere,
because I
so-
remember it was V8, but he went to V2.
Boom. There you go.
Damn,
Oh,
his
wow.
engine didn't turn down a lot.
Do you
Mr. Vandalorian, baby.
do you know half of the Lakers roster? 2 is right though.
What's LeBron's
Like, if
number
you-
nowadays?
It's 23,
Luka,
77.
Jackson Hayes.
I forget. Maybe
11.
11 years
I ain't
ago.
mad. I can't even. I'm thinking about the Bulls. I
Rui
can't do that
Hachimura.
shit.
28.
Yes, that's
dope.
a good one because it's very distinct.
It's distinct. Yeah.
Austin Reeves.
15.
Yep. And then, Dalton Connect wears 4. Connect 4.
Gabe Vincent.
7.
I couldn't even remember. Is
Number
it 7?
Nobody asked you
It's
to remember that
7.
one. You just you went
No,
out on a
I'm
limb.
trying to
for
go
that
through the roster. It's kind of hard to
You know
remember
what
some of the
number
names.
Josh Giddey wear?
Yep.
What is it?
9,
You know what jersey number Josh Giddey wear?
No,
7, 5,
I don't.
8,
You being for real? You don't know?
3.
3.
There, I knew it was a single digit. That's all I knew. I swear to God, I don't know.
You know what
jersey
number Patrick Williams wear? I know you know.
9.
No, he used to. He gave it away to Vooch. He 44.
Oh,
Big
I remember wearing 9. I didn't.
Full
He were
back
not
number.
for like 20 games before Vooch
Dalen
got here.
Terry? Right. Like that was legitimately
Rookie,
years
yeah,
ago.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Dalen Terry, no shot. 21,
17,
You close.
18,
22.
19.
I don't
Jay
know.
Williams.
25. I don't
Yeah,
know.
25.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, yeah. That makes
And I've
sense.
watched 82 games of that team, and I don't. It doesn't click to me.
What number does Christian Brown wear?
0.
0. No.
Yeah, he does because Russ wears 4.
Yeah, Russ didn't take it. Yep. Okay.
Damn, could he have taken it?
Jamal
I,
Murray.
don't think I mean, it would have been on Christian to be like, yeah, Russ.
I remember that was a
respect the Hall
rumor
of
when he
Fame.
got
Yeah,
there.
it
Christian
was a
Brown
big
didn't
rumor.
want to sell his
Yeah.
jersey number.
Russ had to come out and say, bro, pipe down. Y'all know Jamal Murray number?
27.
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He
I
gonna
was
say
about
no.
to say it was 17, but it was
I wonder how many
27.
superstar players' jersey number y'all don't know.
Majority of them.
For real?
Superstars?
I swear to God.
I think you underestimate yourself. Jayson Tatum,
0.
0.
Joel Embiid.
21.
I wouldn't have got to 21.
For real?
I swear I wouldn't have got to
Oh,
21.
okay. You would have known.
I thought it
something?
was 23, but 21. I knew
Damn.
it was in the 20s
This
though.
is like,
Donovan Mitchell.
you know, college is
You know that 4-5 on that back.
If you ain't said it,
You want to know Donovan
I
Mitchell?
probably would have got there.
Well, I mean,
but
I
it would
believe
have
you.
taken me a long
Halliburton.
time. 0.
The zeros are pretty.
Zeros are easy as
Brunson?
hell. 11.
Yeah.
Big Buddy Brunson.
And the only reason I know that is because his line, 13 to the chest like Jalen Brunson, and I remember you said he don't even wear that no more. And then I was like, oh yeah, he don't wear that no more.
Jordan Poole, not a superstar. I'm just curious.
0,
No,
Nah,
1,
is he like-
2,
No.
3.
no,
I don't
4,
think
5,
he's like
6, 7, 8,
20
9, 10.
something, right? Isn't he?
no. 13.
Oh.
I asked that because I
should
know
the
you're 13. Yeah,
13s.
you're
I should know
13
the
guy.
13s.
Victor Wembanyama, y'all know what jersey he wears.
1.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I don't know why. I just look at them as players.
Giannis,
I'm not looking
34.
at certain players. Yeah, like Giannis. 30.
Zion.
I don't know
1.
his jersey number.
Wow. Okay. Paolo Banchero.
5.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Franz Wagner.
Oh, I have no idea who Franz.
Not even close. Not even a ballpark. So if I told you he wear 43, you would be like, oh, okay.
I believe you.
Pascal
Oh,
Siakam?
no. You crazy.
Yeah, that's
That's funny. Underrated players get their jersey retired. I really don't think that there's many, to be honest with you.
it just has to be a tenure thing. Like Miles Turner been there for that long. He's been through like 4 eras of Pacers basketball.
Yeah, and if
Yeah.
they get a championship, it's damn near guaranteed.
Yeah, even if I feel like if they
Yeah.
get just
What
another
about
conference
Al
finals
Horford
appearance.
somewhere?
Al
Boston.
Horford,
It would
he
have
might-
to only be Boston.
I don't think so.
Atlanta. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think
How
so either.
stingy
but
is Boston with retiring jerseys?
I mean, they didn't retire every
yeah.
number ever.
They got to keep some jersey numbers open. I'm
Well,
being
they
so
got
real.
to start using decimals.
That would look so horrible. I would, man.
Jayson Tatum number retired. Deuce come in at 0.2. The second Jayson Tatum.
That's how it is in Futurama. They got
No,
the
just
numbers,
square.
baby.
Square.
Oh, I like that too. Yeah, no. Jersey retirements.
Like I don't even.
Are
Like,
meant
I
for
get
the
the
guys.
argument for Miles Turner. I don't think it's a given. I think it's
True.
based how the Pacers feel about him at the end, and I think that that's how it should be. I was very surprised that the grit and grind got it in Memphis, but then Memphis don't have a long history either.
Yes.
So,
And with the second apron thing, it's gonna be hard for guys to really have that like stay pat. I'm gonna stay here for so long.
That's why I'm interested to see, like,
but historically, the jersey retirement is a staple that would be there. Like the second apron doesn't apply to Giannis. You're always gonna keep Giannis.
Well, yeah, but I'm thinking about like the underrated guys. Sometimes they just might get priced
But
out.
not.
and they
That's
just
what
have
I'm
to
saying.
leave.
Not too many underrated guys get their jersey retired, depending on the franchise, unless you are a Grizzlies who don't have a rich history. The Miami Heat was a team that was created later on. But yeah, if you're the Celtics,
Yeah, we gotta pick and choose.
wisely, wisely.
Yeah.
People go to the Celtics and just put on the disgustingest jerseys.
Jordan Walsh wears number 28, I think, or 27. Yeah, he's 27, like Jamal Murray. That jersey number is never gonna be sexy.
Jay
Jamal
Crowder used to
Murray
go
is the only one that makes
places
it nice.
freely and just wear the number 99.
You can't wear the
99.
number 00, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and 38 on
God.
the Celtics.
D Mills
Damn.
pop quiz.
Who
Who
the
got?
hell is retired 38?
Currently unretired, but previously worn by Jim, some guy that they.
You know why they
It's
retired
not
33?
officially retired, but it's like, no, you can't wear that number.
You know why they retired 33?
No, not off the top of my head.
In Boston?
Bro, you
Okay, that was one that I definitely know.
In Boston, you don't know why they retired 33?
D Mills, bro. Please
Hold up.
answer
hold
this,
up.
bro.
We gonna
Answer
give
this,
us the
bro.
answer.
No.
You can't give me a guess. Think about Boston.
Larry Bird.
Yes.
Oh.
Why you said it like a? I feel like I was talking about.
It was so
Larry
many numbers
Bird.
that I didn't know what his number was.
But I'm just saying, like, you know, if his reaction is D Mills, come on.
I was finna ask him, does he know why the number 00 is retired?
No.
But the
he does not.
33, since he barely knew 33, then I definitely know he don't number.
KB don't know why double.
Robert
zero.
Parrish is this.
Okay.
Okay. As long as he know.
You don't know.
I
why
only know because it was in front of me, by the way.
Oh.
I don't want to act like I know Robert Parrish's jersey number off the top of my head. I'm sorry. Sorry,
So
Robert.
you cheated.
I did. I didn't see for 33, though. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. 33 is
Would you have to
crazy.
cheat for 34? You know what 34
No, I
is
wouldn't
for
have to
the
cheat
Celtics.
for
That's
34.
Paul Pierce.
Hey.
Shout out
stop
to the
doubting-
truth, by the way.
Stop doubting yourself.
For walking?
What?
For walking.
Get the fuck out of here. He ain't do that shit.
Because I think he did.
You think he
I
did?
think he did.
I
Just 'cause
truly
he
do
posted
think he
the
did.
steps?
If he didn't do it, his team is so fucking amazing because they left no holes that you can poke into it. He's uploading regularly, and you can look at like the time of the day.
Yeah.
He starts at dark, and it starts to get, progressively the sun gets higher and higher.
Also, TMZ found him on the street.
Fans found him on the street as
Yeah.
well, and then he
Okay.
posted he's walked like
I saw we're
35,000
into
feet.
KG and whatnot. We'll give him the benefit of the
I
doubt.
give him benefit of the doubt for this.
He is the truth, so hopefully he didn't lie about that.
Right.
Bro, I was looking at our
And
stream.
hold on, before you even go.
Yeah.
They wheeled him into the studio on a wheelchair.
Oh my gosh.
Come on, they did. It was perfect.
Why they do that, Mike?
Because he had a boo-boo.
I watch J-Dub sometimes and think of Paul Pierce.
They got similar neck to shoulder structure.
And they bodies. They like
That's such a weird
they
comparison.
fit fat.
Yes.
They fit fat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Paul Pierce definitely had a weird build that worked.
He used that body pretty well. J-Dub's
did.
still learning it. We're game from Dub.
So y'all want to start there? Y'all want to start Celtics?
We can start Celtics Knicks because that's the one that's happening today. Let's not spend too much time though, just because by the time it's released, the game might be already on. But it is pretty impressive that we are at the point where the Knicks are up 2-0 going back to the Garden.
Came back from 2 20-point deficits too.
Yeah.
And TD guard.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
That right there. is
And we
such
had
a-
5 or 6 of those in this postseason alone, which is crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
This-
They kept saying that yesterday.
Yeah. This
Repeatedly.
I'm going to speak on Boston's side real quick. This game was super frustrating just to watch.
Both, right?
What happened?
Both, right?
I think game 2 is more frustrated because we just saw you do it in game
game
1.
Yeah, that's
But
yeah.
no, game 2 was honestly more. Or game 2 was frustrating for me, or more because like, again, we seen what happened in game 1. You missed that many 3 points. We want to adjust. Game 2, it felt like the plan wasn't to get to the rim. It's just, let's just not take a three. And a lot of those ended up either the turnovers or ended up in like really weird mid-range tough shots that it just might as well have been threes at that point too. Like the offense was not good. And some of the shots that fell in the first half, they weren't going to be consistent enough to keep up in the second. And the Knicks, I don't know. They just feel like if they smell blood in the water, they know.
Yeah, it felt like
sure.
they were trying to overcompensate. Like the fans were even like cheering anytime a shot went up that was not a three to start off this game. And they had a couple possessions where it was like Jaylen Brown just bullying Josh Hart in the first quarter.
True
or so.
Holiday did really good with that too.
And I'm just like, okay, this is a good sign for them. And then we get to it. I mean, this is one of those games. Anytime there's like a 20-point comeback and I'm making a video about the game, I can't say shit about the first three quarters if the 20-point comeback happened. So what you did in the first half don't even matter anymore, because it really is about what did you do when that other team came back from down 20.
Close out the game.
And I remember Tatum checked into the game 5 minutes ago. Mikal Bridges just went on his run in the fourth quarter. He comes in, and I swear to God, in my notes, I wrote, Tatum, what you got? They're already up by 10, but the momentum had shifted in the favor of the Knicks. And it's like, here's one of the top 5 players in the world, according to many people, because, goddamn, he made All-NBA first team like 3 years in a row. What do you have for us? And the answer was some BS.
Yeah, I mean, Mikal Bridges outscored Jayson Tatum in the fourth quarter alone.
He almost outscored the Celtics.
Yeah, well, no, I'm talking about throughout the whole game, he outscored Jayson Tatum in just one quarter. Because Mikal didn't score until the fourth quarter.
Right.
Exactly.
And, he literally he went on his crazy little run in that fourth, and that catapulted them into having this major comeback. Mm-hmm. And then he also closed out the game with another defensive stop where I was just
they can't get a shot up.
As an offensive player, you never want to dribble to the corner. You make yourself so vulnerable. Mikal Bridges knew for a fact that you couldn't do anything
because you can't pass backwards.
You can't pass it the other way, so you had to pass it this way. So I'm gonna use my big ass wingspan, get in front of you, to deflect this pass, and now we get a turnover, and now the game's over. Mm-hmm. You just never dribble to the damn corner in that type of situation.
But they tried to replicate the play like from 2 possessions ago where Tatum just ran to the basket. He got the screen and Mitchell Robinson can recover. They tried to replicate that, but OG and Mitch Rob did such a good job guarding it that it wasn't there anymore, and then it felt like Tatum kind of panicked after that.
They helped us a lot too. The previous play that was successful, he came down with a lot more sense of urgency, and the screen was a lot higher.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna give credit to Jalen Brunson too, man. I mean, offensively, we know what he do, but defensively, he just got to be holding his own at this point.
It's been amazing, bro.
I mean, if the dude I'm guarding is 6'10", he's just shooting threes.
But not even just that, because the Knicks have not been a team that's like, we gonna switch everything. In the series, they're okay with letting Jalen Brunson be on an island or Cat be on an island, and the numbers say that Cat on that island right now was like amazing defensive possession for the Knicks. It's like 0.5 points per possession whether it be Tatum or Brown is isolating against Karl-Anthony Towns, which don't even make sense to me.
Y'all remember what was happening when we didn't switch? He was breaking records for 3-point shots because he was playing drop coverage and they walk right into an open 3-point shot. Or you got Porzingis popping, and if you're in drop, it's so hard for him to recover. So, I mean, when I did my video, I talked about the first half because I think in order to really get on the Celtics, you have to talk about how you even got the 20-point lead to begin with. It makes it that much worse. And I agree. Like, they came out with a way more sense of urgency to not settle, to not take a bunch of threes. I mean, they're going to shoot threes, they're the Celtics, but they definitely impose their will and use their size. And then in the second quarter, I think Jaylen Brown went to work. You know what I mean? He was really going at Brunson. He got some and ones. He was talking to shit to the camera. I think he had 17 first half points on 16 shots. But he was still doing what he was doing, and we know how Tatum started off the game. Couple of things for me. I think when you talk about a top 5 player, top 7, whatever you want to call Jayson Tatum, I think it's kind of unacceptable to go 3 quarters without a free throw.
Yeah, I can see that.
His only free throws were in the fourth quarter. He only took 2 in the game. And this is a game where he didn't take a bunch of threes. I think he was 1 of 5 from 3.
He missed like 6 bunnies at the rim, at least.
Yeah, and then again, when he was getting to the rim, it's not like I'm putting my head down to get to the rim. He'll have Jalen Brunson on him, and he's just like, let me take a 10-foot fadeaway.
Mitchell Robinson was underrated in this game as well.
He really was. He really was.
He was so good that they fouled him not to put him at the free throw line because they'd rather have OG Anunoby on the court. OG Anunoby was ready to check in for him, and then Joe Mazzulla looked over and was like, get Mitch Rob.
Yeah.
Not to put him at the line. because he's been so impactful in this series. And it's not like
I thought what happened was Thibs let them foul until we got to the bonus.
Yeah,
and then
that's
you
what I
take
thought
them
it
out.
was too.
So y'all want to keep him in? Oh no, they're gonna keep foul. They starting to hack a Mitch. Go sit down.
As soon as he got that and they were in the bonus, he was like,
Come here.
okay, OG, come in. So now y'all foul again. That's 2
We're
at
in
the
the
line.
bonus. Yeah.
Yep.
So hopefully they keep doing this shit, because it's You gonna let us get to the bonus in the fourth quarter, and now y'all can't play any aggression.
at this point in the
defense?
series, hack a whoever.
Shit is lame at this point.
It's always been lame, but I understand it. Until you get to the point where the games are 85-86, and that if Mitchell Robinson is splitting a free throw, that's kind of a good possession because a lot of possessions are not ending in 1 point per.
Yeah.
He don't be splitting though. He don't always be splitting. Like he's very erratic. Like he'll go up there, miss 2, he'll split, or sometimes he make both. And it's like I don't think he made both this series, but I've seen games. It's like Mitchell Robinson just made both free throws. He airballed. In this game.
I
airballed.
understand
free
that.
throw. Yeah.
I understand the hack a Shaq. It's Boston doing the hack a Shaq, which blows my mind because this team does not need to do that. They just simply don't.
Also,
they just down bad.
You know what somebody said in my comments after the game? I talked about it in game 1. I was like, I don't know if I was being a salty Knicks fan because we was losing at the time, or if I was legitimately being a basketball viewer who was like, we get to this point of the season with this good matchup, and this team is so great, and this is the bullshit that y'all got me watching. And somebody in the comments was like, nah, P, like, yeah, they crazy. That's why they lost. They sweaty. And I'm like, that's exactly what it reminded me of. It reminded me of playing 2K on like my team, and somebody is just, they already whooping your ass. They already got a better
that
team.
That reminded me of them runs where they just leaking out. We down 20, they
Yeah,
just leaking out. It's just like, why?
You just
Why?
Yeah, if it's not working, you just gotta stop at some point, right? Like you've blown multiple 20-point leads. Obviously, the shit ain't working.
Do you think sweaty is a good description of this team? Playing the analytic game, in most cases, it's kind of a sweaty thing to do.
It is, but they've lost to the analytics twice.
Yeah, but they're not going to be bothered by it because they won a championship and they're the second seed in the Eastern Conference right now. So,
the analytics say next game they're hitting 33s.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do.
They're going to fall. They're just going to fall.
Yeah, because even Jayson Tatum had a wide open one in the corner. Like, I'm talking about nobody 10 feet of him, and he missed that one. So you just tell, like,
y'all think his wrist is bothering him?
No, I don't want to hear shit about shit.
It probably is, but not to the point where it should be like this.
Because, like, it is a shooting hand. Like, could that be a big issue? I feel like injuries do dictate settling.
For sure. I'm sure it's playing some type of part.
I will give him the benefit of the doubt in that, but it ain't got shit to do with. I've seen Jayson Tatum be 250% healthy and settled. The all-ass playoffs run, we sat in this studio watching those late games, predicting what was about to happen. Hey, KB, it's 2 seconds left. I bet Tatum's
three.
We watched the whole play, and it didn't matter then because they were handling business easily, so I don't think it really mattered. But we were definitely in here watching those games saying, like, man, this is frustrating. But we never came on a platform attacking them because they was winning games.
Yeah.
But now you're not winning games.
They can't win if he's not the scorer that he normally is. Yeah. He can do everything else right, like he did last series or last season. These teams are just better this year around.
Yeah.
Even if you beat the Knicks, next round you got Cleveland or the Pacers. Even if you're gonna see some better teams on this run versus last run, and you can't end up 4 of 20 even if you got 14 rebounds and 8 assists and good defense. It's just not gonna be enough anymore because your supporting cast is not supporting you like they used to.
Yeah. And I think it's even more frustrating because again, we're talking about a team that is as talented as they are. So I don't even think it's an excuse to have bad, like they that good, where I think a bad shoot night still isn't excusable enough for them to look. When you look at how certain stretches of the games we look compared to them, it's like, man, I did my video and I was like, man, I kind of am speechless. Like I'm got things I'm going to address and talk about and we can try to break shit down, but 2 20-point leads blown in TD Garden. With that roster that just won a championship. And I know Porzingis is whatever, but even without Porzingis, this is still a damn good team.
Yeah, they would still run through teams without him last year.
Brunson he had a good fourth. He had 9 points in the fourth, but this ain't Brunson's
bring him back up
greatest display. It ain't like he's carrying his team with 52 on some Donovan Mitchell shit.
And I don't even want to do the comparison shit, but the shit that Jalen Brunson did, we needed Jayson Tatum to reciprocate. And be on the, like, I'm going back at you. Because it didn't matter what Jalen Brunson shot the previous quarters. As soon as, like, when he touches that ball everything is going in. In his mind, everything is going in. And that's why you get all those fearless shots. And he's about as clutch as they come. So Jayson Tatum gonna have to come with the come if they want to win these games.
I'm glad that KB said what he said to start the conversation, though.
Yeah.
Because most of this conversation already for us has been geared towards Jayson Tatum. Jaylen Brown had more turnovers than field goals in the second half, in the fourth quarter. I think he went 0-3 in the fourth and had 4 turnovers. He had 2 points in the second half. You told me.
Did he hit a 3?
I don't think so. I can check my notes for you.
I thought he hit a 3. Maybe that was somebody else.
But yeah, Jaylen Brown wasn't on really much.
Jaylen Brown was 2 of 7 for 3.
I thought he hit a 3 maybe in the fourth.
Oh, in the fourth? Oh,
I think he hit a 3 in the fourth. And that was a big 3 when Tatum really couldn't buy one.
The fourth quarter, we won that quarter 30-17. Jaylen Brown was 0 of 4 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3. Tatum was 1 of 5 from the field. Horford was 1 of 6. White was 0 of 3.
Too much Al Horford. And I understand Porzingis can't play right now. But I just feel like we're getting too much old man Al Horford. He looks gassed out there. And the ball is finding him way too often.
The 3-point shot that he did hit came in the third quarter. He had 3 points and 4 turnovers in the third quarter.
Maybe it was late third.
And the crazy thing about them is they went 2 of 11 from the 3 on 18% shooting. 9 threes in the fourth quarter. They went 7 of 12.
Yeah. And give Knicks credit for their defense, but the twos that Boston or the Jays were taking, they were such tough twos. They were really tough twos.
I think the fourth quarter they only had 4 field goals.
Right, because they had 17 points. So yeah.
It was
or that might be the second half. Who knows? But at some point in this game, third quarter or second half, 2 of 11. I don't know, man.
I love that fact that Mikal Bridges had that just keep shooting mentality.
Yes.
Like, even though none of the shots fell through the first 3 quarters, he seemed like he just had the mentality of that I'm going to just keep shooting.
He just had one go in, and that was enough for him to say bet.
And, he had one go in, and it was just like a spark was lit.
Because I think
that's what catapulted.
The other talked about it part about it is that his run happened without Jalen Brunson and Cat on the floor.
Yeah, he was the only one.
So that is insane to be able to have your own person. Was it 7-2 runs, 9-2 runs, something like that, without the 2 stars on the court.
This this round in the playoffs, it's really shown that like momentum is a real thing in the game. Like when it's going your way, a lot of the shots is going to fall. It's super hard for the other team. I feel like it's such an easy thing to put out there where it's just like, I guess a placebo type of thing. But momentum, bro, it's a real thing.
It is.
Certain players handle it well though. Like if you're on the opposite side of it, I think you can see certain players just be able to stay poised and know that we just have to continue to play good basketball. And, like, good basketball translates to momentum shifting.
Yeah.
Office movie care. I'm telling you, if I had a $5 million budget, I could write a movie about Christian in an office. And it would be a fucking...
But when that 10-0 run is going on and, like, a team just can't buy a bucket. They can't buy a bucket. Now it's 15 or something like that. It's just like... We've seen that a lot during this playoffs.
Good
Can I ask y'all a question?
Great coaching plays a part in that too.
Tom Thibodeau's been a better coach so far. By wide margin.
Is point guard play getting undervalued? Celtics don't have a true Drew Holiday came up as a true point guard, but it's been years since he's been a legitimate. You know what I mean? The NBA has switched to where
I wouldn't say that. I think it is just in general over the NBA, but for the Boston in general, I would say nah.
I hate the Boston, but I let them live. I hate it so much. I hate the OKC.
I would say nah. Just because they don't have no true offense.
I despise it so fucking much.
Because what does that mean?
The Boston
Bruins.
The
Boston.
They don't really have much offense besides like really mismatch hunting and stuff like that. Like
I don't think that's I don't think that's true. I think they do. They just not doing it.
Yeah, they got Mazzulla ball analytics. But that's what I'm saying. If Rajon Rondo was on this team, and I'm not meaning today, I don't know what he's doing. He's coaching today. But Rajon Rondo, Chris Paul, those are guys who.
There's levels to that. Do you want Rajon Rondo or do you want Chris Paul?
If I'm Boston, I want Rondo. I want championships.
They would have 7 championships if Chris Paul was the point guard of that team, but I digress.
I don't know. He may go in there and start trying to bully people and having the locker room divided. Not a lot of people like Chris Paul.
Kevin Garnett does. He never played with him.
He like Rondo more. He loves
because he did play
Rondo.
with him.
He loves Rondo. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, they have the thing that you're talking about, the recognition, the awareness. Hey, it's a 10-0 run.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, the crowd is kind of they taking the crowd life out of this game, or just different things. I watch a lot of the games, and I do look at certain things, and even some point guards. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was mad at say like T.J. McConnell. It didn't matter. The game was over a little bit, but they was also kind of trying to get a run going and was on a bit of a run.
McConnell, yeah, he sparked a nice little run at the end.
He had a shot that pissed me off.
When he airballed from 7 feet away?
No, he went through the lane, and he took a mid-range shot over Evan Mobley.
Yeah, and Evan Mobley blocked
Now, I rewatched this play to contain myself, and the conclusion I came with is that he was such a smart enough point guard that he took the shot knowing that he had a mismatch, and Pascal Siakam was going to get the offensive rebound, which is what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm giving him that benefit of the doubt, but I was watching in real time like, what the fuck is that shot? You are the backup veteran point guard who was supposed to spark them, and you took that. But then I watched that and said maybe he figured Pascal was going to have the advantage on Garland to get the offensive rebound if I missed this shot. So I'm going to give him that.
It was probably easier to take the shot than to actually try to thread the pass.
But a lot of teams have like a Tatum who's going to control the rock, or Giannis who's going to control the rock, or sometimes Zion. You putting the ball in the hands of the wings, and we lose out on the steady guard. You know what I mean? I watched that Pistons series, and I was like, Dennis Schroeder is like 30 times more important than we're going to give him credit for because the setting of this game. So that's why I asked.
I think. Oh, go ahead.
The answer to that question is maybe, but I also think a combination with that is the lack of organized offense we're getting to see.
That's what I was about to say, too.
Like, a point guard does that. Rondo is like, we're not going to just run freelance. We're going to run this set, and that's going to get us the bucket to get the crowd back into it. I feel like when you have either, a team without a true point guard or a coach that's not running sets, that's where we get to the point where it's like, Tatum, come on, we need you to do this. Or I think that the Minnesota Timberwolves kind of do this a little bit right now when it is just Anthony Edwards and Dante DiVincenzo. They're not necessarily running some stuff, but it's like we have the best player on the court in a lot of the time, so let him cook.
That's what OKC did last night.
OKC
looked like a deer in the headlights.
I hated that game. We're going to get to I hated that game.
I'm going to say this too, though, because to give you credit to having that point guard on the floor, I think we kind of seen that with Donovan Mitchell and the Cavs getting Darius Garland back. Like, Donovan Mitchell was basically playing point guard and trying to drop, 40 to 50 points a night. But having Darius Garland back, it just kind of gave him that, like, let me just score. Let me score. Let me get to my spots. And it just makes it a lot easier than having to facilitate all that. So it lessens the workload down. Because I agree with you. I've been really accustomed to just, like, and accepted Tatum's playmaking. Like, he is basically their PG. But having it could just take some of the relief and give him a more, like, it's easier to get to his spots versus, like, I got to get everybody else involved all the time.
I think that's also the other part of it, too, where, like, I'm not always against it. I get it. You put the ball in your best player hands. But a point guard is a point guard for a reason. There's no denying what a point guard brings in that aspect. Yeah, a lot of point guards, Tyus Jones can't do the shit that Jayson Tatum can do. I get it. But there are stretches of a game where you do love the ability to be able to say, I'm reading the game right now. And it's tough to ask a 30-point scorer to do that.
I understand from a team building perspective of why you don't do like the Tyus Jones type of guy.
Me too.
Just because he gets hunted, especially in the playoffs.
Especially for the Celtics, They got a flawless 5, essentially. And then you trust the IQ enough of a Darrick White and a Jrue Holiday. They're not, traditional guards, but those are still high IQ guys but it feels like they are so much in a role. Like, it feels like Jrue Holiday is a fucking wing.
Yeah, for sure.
He's a small forward, power forward in today's game.
Switch on to Cat.
I think Kenny Smith, he talked about it. He said running sets aren't for the star players. He said running sets is for me as the star player, so I know where everybody's at.
Say it again?
He said when a set is ran, it's not essentially for the star player. It's so the star player knows where everyone is. And, like, the play essentially is just so the role players have a idea of where to be and what to do. The star player essentially can do whatever the fuck he wants.
It sounds like pro-am.
But, like, he's saying that the play essentially is just so the star player knows where everyone should be and where they should be at on the court.
Interesting. Because I watch some teams like the Pacers who are running sets pretty damn often, and they're getting easy looks in a lot of cases.
Probably a situation where two things could be right. He played on a team.
Also, their stars, also their point guard too. So I guess that makes sense.
I see the Nuggets run a lot of sets where they're running like down screen and stuff to get switches for like Jokic on a little, besides their little Jamal Murray, Jokic pick and roll. Like, they do a lot of things in the paint area to get those switches to bring it out and make the offense start going.
Yeah, you got to remember Kenny played on a team that had Akeem. He was a role player, so that probably was his truth to them.
Mhm.
So you know what I'm saying? Like,
Did him and Chuck ever cross?
who?
Him and Kenny and Chuck when Chuck ended up in Houston.
Did they play together?
Yeah.
No. Kenny might have been out of the league at that point, if I'm not mistaken. Chuck played when they had those new Steve Francis jerseys
Yeah, true. It feels weird to
with
see
Scottie
him in that
Pippen
shit.
and shit. Yeah,
He
this
look
is
old
like
and he's kitty
old
ass
as
jerseys.
hell.
Before we move on to the next series, panic meter for the Boston Celtics 1 through 10. Where y'all at with it?
Do you believe in what Porzingis said? Did you send that clip?
What did he say? I don't remember sending it.
Some shit that Porzingis was like, all the pressure on them now.
No, I didn't send that.
Oh,
that
okay.
wasn't me.
Okay.
But no,
I'm gonna go 6. The Boston Celtics are still them. Like they can still get it done, but man, it's not. You done already lost the games at home. You got to go win in their building now.
You got to
too.
win 2 in their building. That's why for me it's a 9.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go 8. Because even if they pull out this series, which seems the likelihood is less and less by the game, they still got 2 series after this if they want to do the thing they did last year. And based on the way they hooping right now, I can't even say that's the case, dog.
Yeah, this doesn't look like a championship team right now.
I'm so conflicted because, like, obviously they have pressure, especially today. You don't, like, you can come back from 3-1. We've seen that. We ain't never seen no 3-0 in basketball.
Y'all been watching the hockey playoffs?
No, I've been seeing that the Maple Leafs are doing their thing and whatnot.
Yeah.
But
the Celtics did come back from 3-0. The tied that series.
They tied it. They sure did. Ran out of gas.
no.
So it's
Jason
like
Tatum
playing with their
busted his
food.
ankle.
so it's
that
like
did happen, yeah.
you have that pressure, but then the Knicks also. But do you keep the mentality of the Knicks that you just playing with house money? Is this house money?
No, you
I
got.
think they got to treat it like
I
game
think
7 every time.
I think
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
probably the most important game. This next one, like you have to try to make this 3-0.
Yeah, this is one of those you got to put your foot. Somebody got to put their foot on somebody's neck.
Because I
Well,
think the conversation can change real quick if Boston just gives.
Oh,
like
we
a
watching
belt
with
to
the
ass.
Pacers and Cavs series. That it feels like a lot of shit has shifted, and the Pacers are still winning the series right now. And even if Cavs win again, it's just 0-0.
Jason Tatum is going to have to play like Donovan Mitchell did in Game 3. That's how Tatum is going to have to play. You're going to have to come out and play
Bro,
with that sense
that's
of
They
scary
don't
for
even got to
them
do
because-
that. They just have to, just score a couple more baskets at the end of the damn
It
game.
ain't gonna be
It would've
that
been
serious.
cool.
I mean, it ain't gonna
They
be that
wouldn't even
simple.
have
Mike.
these
It
conversations.
ain't gonna be that simple though, because unlike the Pacers, we haven't had our game yet. That game one the Pacers had, they were flawless from start to finish.
They shot
The shot
53%
making,
from 3. Yeah.
getting everything that they want. That was so fun to watch as a neutral fan because they was doing what they wanted to do. We ain't had our game like that yet, and we going home. If Game 3 could be our game, you know that one game in every series where the lesser team it just can't miss. If we can have that game today, they gonna be in trouble. They gonna be in fucking trouble.
Like
But
the Migos series.
I'm also not foolish enough to not know that this is the Boston Celtics. I've seen a team win 4 games in a row after going down 0-2.
Yeah, the
That ain't
Boston
honest.
Celtics did in 2017.
That ain't, you know what I mean?
Ain't that what
ain't-
the
Who did
Bucks
it
did?
in 2017?
The Boston Celtics.
The Miami
Oh.
Heat did it in the NBA
you talking about
Finals
the Boston?
The Boston did it against the Bulls.
against
You gonna say
the
it so many times, you gonna start saying it.
against the Mavericks. Dwayne Wade first championship. I think they lost the first 2 games to the Mavericks and then rattled off 4 in a row.
Did they lose the first 2 as the home team?
No,
Because I think that's the unique part.
they might have lost them as the
Actually,
road team.
I put up a threads about it.
The last time a team did that was Paul George and Kawhi Leonard when they lost to Luka
Yes.
Doncic.
That was a post-bubble.
Yeah,
So every team to win a series after going down 0-2 at home, you have the 69 Lakers, the 74 Rockets, the 05 Mavericks, the 17 Celtics, and the 21 Clippers.
there's an 86% chance that we move on. And 86% of the teams that go up 2-0 starting off on the road advance. So, analytic people,
My thread's been popping off.
Shout out to
Why?
you.
but yeah, panic meter,
Who be on that?
whatever.
At least 1.5 thousand.
So I need to get on threads, huh?
Don't. Unless they pay you.
Last time I was on threads, all I was seeing is people that wasn't wearing threads. I was like, what is this? I'm gone. Nuggets.
Let's go Nuggets OKC.
Yeah, Nuggets OKC. Last night's game at the top of everybody's brain.
I'm just going to come out and say it. I hated the last 10 minutes for OKC. Offensively, for them to boil down to what it boiled down to pissed me off. They lost faith in their jump shot. Now, they hadn't hit jump shots all game long, right? I think at one point they were shooting like 19% from three. But there was a time where Lou Dort was wide open in the corner, and instead of taking a normal Lou Dort shot, he swung it, and it ended up being a contested shade 3 or a contested shade 2, which is a good shot in a lot of cases. Last night, it was not the case. And it just felt like they boiled down to something that I just hate, which is we have a good player. Let him do it. Let's not move. Let's not have no motion. Let's not have no passes. And you're going against a fucking zone that's packing the paint against a guy that wants to take a heavily contested mid-range. Yeah. It just ended up being so frustrating for me. I don't care who ends up winning the series, but for them to have the worst Jokic offensive performance of his playoff life, basically, and for them to lose that game scares me if I'm an OKC fan.
Yeah, also, I think you kind of just, when you're taking contested twos like that, you kind of play into a zone's hands. Like, the zone is essentially to control the pace and to limit you from getting to the basket. So essentially, you got to do what Buddy Hield did and try to down there shoot them out of the zone.
They don't have a Buddy
And
Hield.
they don't have a Buddy Hield. So, like, it's going to be hard for them to shoot them out of that zone, especially now since the Nuggets have kind of figured out what worked. In game 2, they got their ass blown out the door. Like, they didn't stand a chance in that game. So essentially, they said, okay, we got to figure out a way to not let our bottom 10 defense get exposed. And that was playing zone. And it worked for them in the Clippers series, too. When they switched the zone, we've seen it throughout this playoff.
The zone
Sometimes
is winning, man.
it just messes things up for
Cavs
teams.
threw his zone at the Pacers, and the Pacers just didn't look like the same team.
Yeah, they didn't look like the same team.
I will say this, and I said this in a video I made yesterday, and so I'm going to put this out here. This is potentially free money for somebody, if it ain't already being developed or is already made and I don't know about it. Mike, you going to love this one. I would love to know. I'm creating a stat, the name of it. I don't know I'll let somebody else actually do the numbers.
DILDO.
No.
I want to know pressure three-point percentage. We walk around enamored with percentages from three, rightfully so. 40% is really, really good milestone for anybody in the league, especially
Get you paid.
Value.
I play.
Once you're a 40% three-point shooter, you're always a 40%.
You got that badge on you. This guy,
don't.
don't forget, he shot 40% from 2 years ago. Don't really, But the reality is, reputation is much better than percentages. So I don't give a fuck if J.J. Redick shot 32% a year. You're going to guard him because he's J.J. Redick. You're going to always guard Klay Thompson. Lou Dort is a 40% three-point shooter. We ain't got that respect for him. I was a Knicks fan when I'm a Knicks fan. RJ Barrett shot 40%. The Hawks said, so? they poured at me. It's just so.
It's so much, it's so much context behind that 40% too.
I text the chat. I said, hey, when the Thunder are winning, Lou Dort is a fucking sniper. It don't feel that way when things get a little bit more tense. And I don't know the stats behind it. I'm not here to say that Lou Dort is the worst shooter in the world when they're losing or it's close. I could be completely wrong. I'm just going off of me as a fan watching limited games of the Thunder.
I think that stat exists. I think it's like high leverage three-point shooting.
Right. Yeah, you're right. High leverage. Shout out to PvP. Anyway, I ain't watched 82 games of the Thunder. And when I did watch in the regular season, I didn't watch for long because they was fucking teams up. I'm not watching them I click on the Thunder game on a normal Wednesday. I watch the first quarter, and then I watch 5 minutes of the second, and they already up 23. You're damn right I skipped to something else. I did. I would admit. I'm familiar, but I ain't going to act like I'm there locked in, ins and out, 82 games. They were a dominant team. But yeah, sometimes I watch the game and when things is rolling, when they roll, but Lou Dort holding the follow through.
You didn't like when he shot a corner three and it skint the glass and airball?
In this game?
That's when you had said it. I think that's
okay.
The reason
I didn't realize. I don't think I realized it skint it.
Yeah, no,
all I saw was, and I instantly, hey man, boom, 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 instantly hit the group chat.
Yeah, when you put that in the group chat, I said I wanted to bring that up on the podcast because like. One of the, I guess, the things that OKC can try to do to, like, get on the right plan is, like, they have to have a crazy start. And I think it's a little bit on Shea to kind of instill that confidence in them. Because I know we talked about what?
They had a crazy start in game one. This is where the mind fucks come into play.
No, they didn't have remember, they started off 0 of 8 for 3 or something.
They started off 0 of 10.
Over 10.
But they had control of that game.
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
But you mean shooting start?
Or no, I'm I'm talking about getting.
They up by 12 going into the second quarter. Okay.
Yes, that type of thing.
In that case, I think they were.
Because it instills a confidence in the rest of the team, and it's starting to mean a lot.
They may have been up 12 in this fucking game.
I'm about to look because I'm like, I kind of.
In every game, they might have had a 12-plus point lead.
But they started bringing it back. I don't know if they ended the first quarter with like a 12-point lead.
Was 9, and that was in the first quarter.
Okay.
I think they got it back to like 6 or whatever.
But in game 1, they definitely had more than a 9-point lead. I guarantee that.
Regardless, they have. I think it's on Shea to get this team started like early and get as much confidence as guys early as possible, because the inexperience shows late in game or in the second half, and it's like it's gonna be on Shea if they don't have the confidence to shoot the ball or to make the right play or to score the ball.
I'll combat you a little bit. I think if that's their mentality, I think that they're setting themselves up for dramatic failure. In order to win a championship, it fell by me. Thank you. Oh. In order to win a championship, your recipe can't be we have to, like, if the only way they can beat the Nuggets is how like they did in game 2, then they got a rude awakening. You cannot be in the playoffs thinking you're going to win by 36 or let's hurry up and get a 20-point lead, but we got to keep the 20-point. That's so tough. That's why the Celtics just lost 2 games. That's why we've seen so many blown leads. It's tough in this league to maintain a 20-point lead, bro. It is too tough.
Especially with the 3-ball evolution.
They said in the broadcast yesterday that the games that OKC have beat the Nuggets this season, regular season, postseason, the average margin of victory is 27 points. And the games that the Nuggets have won, the average margin of victory is 3.
So that's just keep the game close.
You don't want to be in a close game with them right now.
I mean, I don't want to deal with a 2-man game with Jamal Murray and Jokic.
But you're going.
Don't forget Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon on the wing
is so
fucking. Hey, Aaron Gordon has turned into a real shooter. He has beat the reputation right now.
Hey, bro, that corner 3 late in this game, I was like, oh, Aaron Gordon, like that.
Confidence
he's done
in
nothing but hit big shots.
Yeah. 2 game winners plus a game to go into overtime last night. I think Mark Daigneault is overthinking shit too. To start the overtime, Chet Holmgren is not on the floor.
Probably because his thought process is what he was god awful shooting the ball.
He was awful shooting the ball, and then the one play where Aaron Gordon did hit that corner 3, that's a misassignment from Chet. So I don't know if it was like a sit your ass down because you're not doing this for us, or like he thought that, going small and Alex Caruso can maybe muck some stuff up, send him a different look. Man, they look small as hell in that overtime, man.
Yeah.
It's so funny because, like, I've been on here saying, and I always catch myself because what I'm not trying to say is that the regular season doesn't mean anything. But I continue to tell people, people use too much of it to try to dictate what's going to happen here. That's why I was like, man, the Knicks didn't win a game against any of the top seeds. They didn't.
P,
but it's the playoffs.
I got to bring up the comparison. It's a 2K comparison. It's like rec, bro. When people talk about, man, I'm dropping 30 in rec. It's not the same as when you actually get into the heat of the moment.
It's not, bro. It's not.
And you actually have to pay attention to detail, and every possession matters, and everything like that. Like, it's just not the same.
And so a couple of things that I feel like the Thunder ran into, because it's just unfortunate because they are so good. They won 68 games. They almost won 70 games this season. Number one, when you do that, and like I mentioned earlier, because they were running teams out of the gym, you miss these experiences to try to figure out the battle. It's almost like the March Madness tournament. I hate, for me personally, when a team goes into the tournament undefeated. Like, I don't want to touch that team. That team makes me very, very scared, because it's like you're going to run into something in the tournament that you didn't face in that regular season that you will not be ready for. You ain't been down 11 going into the half yet. So when you do in a tournament, because some random guy from Wyoming decides he wants to hit 10 threes in a half, I don't know if y'all going to be battle tested enough. The Thunder was so damn good. I think they went overtime one time in this regular season, and they lost. They were 0-1.
I'm looking at their they had the least amount of clutch minutes this entire season by a wide margin, which means that they did
a good thing.
That's
essentially good, but now when you watch this shit, is it bad? It's such a mind fuck. You want to be great, but you don't want to be that great to where you don't experience clutch time, because you want to be prepared for it.
That adversity.
And then they were also so good. I remember we talked so much around the deadline. What could they do? Should they go and get the Cam Johnson? Should they send a bunch of Godfather offer for Trey Murphy, get some three-point shooting? But then it's like, I feel like we nitpicking. They just so damn good. But then you run into these series, and it's like, Caruso does not garner enough attention. Lou Dort
he's trying his damnedest too to make him.
Yes, he is. Lou Dort, 40% point shooter. You're going to run into a team that just says we have to pick something, and we're willing to live with that. Chet Holmgren can shoot the ball and knock down shots, but he has a slow wind up that gives teams confidence that they can help and recover enough to contest it to some degree. Isaiah Joe, knockdown shooter. His ass played 3 minutes in this game.
He
Can't play.
right
So Cason Wallace, capable of knocking down a shot, but never is going to strike fear in your opponent. So it's just crazy that you can have a 68 to 70 win season and then run into these things, and you're kind of affected by being too good to a certain point. It's just it was crazy to see.
You want to know what also is crazy? So OKC has played 4 clutch games this season. They're 2-2. Their 2 losses are the 2 in this series, by the way, because they played 2 clutch games.
So can you answer me this? Is that, because I looked up yesterday, how many times did OKC go into overtime this year? It said once, and they lost it. Were they telling me that game last night is the one game from the overtime, or did they at all in this season go overtime? Do anybody remember them going overtime this season?
I'll let you know.
Because I was looking for it, and I'm like, they keep showing me because they had just lost that game.
So, yeah,
that was
fresh.
the fresh one.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bro, no, in the regular season.
They had 1 overtime game this year against Minnesota.
And they lost.
In February, and they lost by 3.
So that's the game. Okay.
But what I was getting to is that they played 4 clutch games. 2 of them ended up being in the Memphis series. 2 of them so far in this series. They have an offensive rating of an 83.
Wow.
They have a net rating of a minus 28.3. Of course, we're talking very small sample sizes. These numbers, our eye test is telling us this as well. On the opposite side, the Denver Nuggets have played 6 clutch games this season in the postseason. They're 4-2.
4-2.
Their offensive rating is 122.
That's their bread and butter. They so ready.
They just got to keep it close, man. They got to keep it. They keep it close. They're a better team than OKC down the stretch.
You know, they don't have that offensive firepower to like. It's kind of hard for them to like really come out and just like explode like some of these other teams can.
Who?
The Nuggets. Like I just think it's going to be kind of hard for them. So like they kind of have to kind of muck these games up and grind and keep it steady because we know down the stretch we do have the best player in the world on our team, and we have Jamal Murray, who's his best Batman. So we know those last 5 minutes, that's ours.
Well,
but that's what Mike's
saying.
Keep it
there.
Mike's saying he got that. That's what they want.
I thought
We're saving our 10-0 run for lateness.
I thought they got a good effort from a
Which I
lot of
would do,
people.
too.
I thought Michael Porter Jr. left his imprint on the. I don't know how many minutes he played total, but he left his imprint on the
5 or
minutes
6
he
from
did.
3 last night, 21 points.
He was hitting
some of those
tough
threes
shots.
is
tough.
Just
That
like
one
I
in
don't
that
even care that
overtime,
you're in my face.
That was like a shot in
And
the
that's
stomach.
a missed Shea assignment, too. I rewatched it like 3 times. Shea just gets lost ball watching.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't ball watch against a shooter like Michael Porter.
When he
Jr.
kicking them feet, boy, you in trouble. He shot that one overtime. Was kicking them feet out.
It is impressive that the Nuggets throughout from the first round and this round, when they have gotten blown out the gym, their response.
Yeah.
Their response has been phenomenal. They've come out and
Because last series, boy.
You saw Shea smiling at the end of this game.
Yeah.
I saw. This is not anything I'm saying, but I saw them on social media saying.
He was aura farming.
Because if they win this series, you know he putting that in one of his Instagram pictures.
They like, look, he's so worried about having a TikTok moment. Then also a lot of people was getting on Daigneault ass, and I'm like, listen,
that's fine.
we had to have like more conversations in the offseason about this as just a basketball community. Boy, I tell you, you have a bad job as a coach, you're the worst coach ever. Like, I got so many comments on my video. It's like, yeah, like, Daigneault has been god-awful. He's been this way. Y'all just ain't know because they've been winning. And I'm like, damn, he's god-awful.
Bro, they said they was on JJ Redick ad. We had an amazing regular season.
It was a report that said JJ Redick won't be fired. And I'm like, why do they have to report
Bro,
this?
JJ Redick was getting so much heat. And I'm like, bro, we was just enamored by this dude.
Yeah.
The whole regular season, he had
Joe Mazzulla
couple
now.
mistakes.
Joe
And it's
Mazzulla
just
was
like,
the guy.
yeah.
Joe Mazzulla was the guy. Thibodeau, as a Knicks fan, they flip-flop more than a sandal with Thibodeau.
I thut he was about to get fired this series.
He finna get a fucking extension. Chris Finch.
You only as good as your last game. And
But hey, coaches get that shit. And then, yeah, I mean, players as well. Hey, man, a guy have a crazy game, he's in top 5 conversations.
He my GOAT.
Jokic, you come out and you have a game like Jokic or Anthony Edwards, and boy, what the hell? Why are we ever talking about this guy? It is so much. Social media has really just make this shit kind of, it's just funny. I'm glad we don't spill into it, but I can't lie. I do be on my timeline or looking at my comments in my videos, and I be in there laughing my ass off like, boy, y'all are crazy. I can't believe people participate in this side of the media because this is crazy. Literally on Tuesday, somebody is a top 5 player, and then literally on Wednesday, it's like the worst person ever.
My thing is, how much of it is it a troll versus like this is my actual takes on how I talk basketball?
Do they have a blue check mark?
Not
The
all the
engagement
time,
farming if they
not
do.
all the time.
No, I really do feel like when people said
Them
Shea
checks
was
don't be on shit.
aura farming or waiting for a TikTok moment, people wholeheartedly believe that. They wholeheartedly believe that. That wasn't nobody trolling. They believe that shit. That's what it do sometimes come across of.
People was on J-Dub ass at the game.
I was as well. Come on, man, you up there doing all that fiddly shit, smelling the Gatorade. No, y'all just lost. I need more.
Smelling the, I didn't see them smelling the
Doing all
Gatorade.
that silly, goofy shit. That made me mad. And it may not be that big of a deal, but come on, man.
Well,
Face
he-
the
he
fire.
He did have two good
I
bounce
was gonna
back
say,
games after that.
He's one of the few people.
No, he did,
that
but
are
he was
doing
also
this thing.
trolling himself. I think, I don't know, because OKC fans be trolling too. He may not have even posted shit, but it was something where it was like, I gotta be better. And they was just saying, like, look at him being, some goofy shit. But hey, man, Draymond said it after the Rocket series. If you gonna talk and do all that shit, man, just face the music. Dylan Brooks trying to sneak out the back. No. And that's how I felt with them. OKC win, they all in the background. Oh, Shea say something. Oh, shit.
That's one of my favorite.
My whole
clips.
life consistent. They throwing towels. They motherfuckers lose, and they talking about something.
I gotta see that clip. What was it? Is he a
There-
Gatorade athlete?
It was a gate. Oh,
I don't know, man. I don't know. Shea wasn't doing it, but J-Dub was. I'm like, what are you doing?
Shea drank the Gatorade. He sat on the floor. J-Dub, he's sitting there. He's sniffing it. He's kind of looking. He's more focused on the Gatorade than he is in the post game.
But he's doing this for legitimately a minute. This is not like
Yeah.
12 seconds. This
Was
is
it
like
a weird flavor?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if it was a new flavor, but then he took a sip of it. And he was like,
Literally for a minute he's doing this.
Maybe he has Arfred.
Maybe it was what?
He has Arfred.
What's that?
It's that thing that I have. There's like you don't try new shit, so that might have been big for him to sniff that Gatorade and taste it if he had never had it before.
He picked a crazy time to do that. He picked a crazy time.
What's y'all panic meter on this one though, for OKC's perspective, obviously?
for OKC, probably a 5 or 6.
Mine's a lot higher. I would say like an 8.5. Just because
If it was almost any other team, I wouldn't be that high. But the fact that it's the Nuggets and they always win,
you
games,
said
I
the
would
most
go
important thing to me. Like, if you can't win on that night for Jokic, I don't like. The only way they can win is if they win by 30.
That's why it was so big when I was watching that game.
Pressure.
When I was watching that game in the fourth, and then eventually OT, I was like, if this is the game you could pull out, this is the game you want to win.
You feel
game
real
2 is
good,
whatever.
yep.
Game 2 is whatever. Every dog has his day. Game 3, this was a close game. You were able to. Jokic had a bad game, but I thought you
Still
for the
back
most
home
part
court,
you played.
potentially.
You did what you had to do. You had J-Dub give you a good effort. You had Alex Caruso give you a couple threes, a good defense. Like, you had what you needed. You just needed to close that out and show you could beat this team in a close game. But Denver prevailed. So,
Yeah,
That's the only reason. Again, I am aware of every team in the playoffs. Cavs, Boston Celtics, and OKC Thunder. All went down early. There's all worlds where these teams snap into it and win the series still. But I am a little concerned that the only thing we've seen so far in this small sample size is they have to dominate in order to win. It's unrealistic in the playoffs. And it's too much to ask for. It's too much. You got to damn near play perfect. That means Isaiah Joe can now play 12 minutes, and he's going to get you 3 threes in those 12 minutes. Caruso is going to hit threes. Lou Dort is going to hit threes. And, like,
they
it's
scored
too much
2
to ask.
points in overtime.
Yeah, Shea took
disgusting.
no shots.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, you
Isaiah
guys,
Hartenstein led them in shots.
Hey, yeah. If as a defense, if I'm able to within that 5 minutes force you to have Isaiah Hartenstein take 3 floaters, oh baby, I'm happy as hell.
And 2 of them didn't even touch rim.
Hey, I'm so
I know
happy.
he was in that locker room because he did too much on the first one.
Yeah.
Took some off, too little on the next one. Then the third one was like, okay, I got this one. And that one rimmed down. I know he was like,
another play that pissed me off is when they had Chet and Hardenstein in the game, and I think it was late in game 2. And when they tried to do the little big lob, and it was just such a bad pass. It was a turnover the other way, and I'm like,
that was last night.
Yeah,
Chet told him, like, you can see him running back.
I
Like,
was
man,
like,
throw
this is
the
not
ball
the
up.
time for that. It's not the time for that at all.
That's the one thing about Isaiah Hartenstein. Is like, he is really good, but boy, when he started getting his too much bag, he'll turn that mother over. He tried to sneak a lot of passes through. And I don't know what he was on with that flippy shot. That's usually money. I don't know.
They said it on the podcast 100 times. 82% shot for him. 82% shot for him.
I mean,
getting 18 offensive rebounds
And
and
not
also
taking advantage of it.
also winning the turnover battle.
what y'all
You
think
would
Jokic dropping
imagine
next
that-
game?
you would come out of here with a dub.
Just 30.
18 offensive rebounds to day 5 is a crazy advantage.
Yeah.
I think that last series I fell into that trap as well. That like the first 3 or so games, like the Clippers still look like the better team. The Clippers at the crib now. You know what I'm saying? So I can't underestimate what the Nuggets are doing. I'm saying my worry level is like a 7.5, 8 on this one too.
I'm gonna go about
I'm
a
not mad at
7.
it.
I still think
That's
OKC is the better team, but that shit does not matter when you're like
It hasn't,
anymore.
yeah, it
They
doesn't-
haven't showed it to the better team.
Yeah,
in
it hasn't really
postseason.
mattered this playoffs.
Yeah, they're better. I get what you're saying. Yeah, they are a better team. But they may not be a better playoff team in this
part of what
environment.
made them a better team in the regular season is they had hella contributions from Isaiah Joe. He can't even play in the series. You know what I'm saying? And
Shit like that, you just don't take into context when you're preparing for the playoffs. When we're sitting up here making our predictions, or people on Twitter saying who they got, man, you get it, and then you go into a series and you find out, damn, they're not even gonna be able to utilize a guy who all regular season you counted on.
Yeah, in theory, he's perfect for this series. We can't shoot. He's great at that. They're gonna run a zone. Let's move him around a little bit.
Yeah.
But he can't really be on the floor right now,
Yeah,
which is
he
tough.
he definitely gonna get hunted.
I think
Jamal
he'll have a game where he hit a couple threes though.
all he needs is a few minutes.
No.
I mean, in that blowout win, he hit 4 of them.
Yeah.
That's how they get down.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
It's
the
like-
point. That's my point that I'm making on them all along. Like, that's those non-pressure threes. Motherfuckers probably shoot 90% on those. Lou Dort probably had a bunch of threes that game too. How many threes Lou Dort had in that blowout win? My fault. I'm just curious.
Just curious. Let's
Motherfucker
see.
probably had
That was on
13
Wednesday,
threes.
right? That was on
Trying to go
Wednesday.
for the
Broke
record.
a franchise record. Yeah, broke a franchise
Dort
record.
on this game, he hit 2. He was 2 of 9. He actually
Oh, okay.
struggled.
Damn.
He
He just may be in a slump.
Caruso also struggled that game too.
He did? What game did Caruso?
Game 1, he
Oh,
had
okay.
19.
That was
Yeah.
game 1? Okay.
But in this game, this is the Aaron Wiggins, Isaiah Joe.
That's when they had
Bro,
their,
AJ, yeah.
that's
AJ
when they had
Mitchell
their
came in
scariest,
too.
bro.
Yeah.
Where Aaron Wiggins and them coming in doing their thing.
Chet Holmgren hit 2 of them. So yeah, AJ Mitchell was 2 of 2.
That's my that's my favorite Thunder player. Love me some AJ Mitchell.
Let's go to a guy you also love.
Who was that?
Ty Jerome.
Ty Jerome and the
My
Cavs
boy,
end
Ty
up winning
Jerome.
game 3. Making it a series. How we feeling about this one?
I thought the Cavs, they look like the regular season team that we kind of thought they were, especially with everybody healthy. Like Darius Garland was able to give his contributions. I thought a big part from him was he was just able to kind of lessen the workload on Donovan Mitchell. And that's why in the fourth quarter, Donovan Mitchell was able to just take them home a lot easier, especially like he had his legs underneath his step back threes. Like he looked really good. And I thought they got an all-around effort from a lot of people, honestly.
Honestly, I think the defense was phenomenal in this game, just because I think when you're able to have Evan Mobley at the top of your zone, and then you're able to have Jared Allen on the back end, that just gives you so much of an advantage, because Evan Mobley is not only like able to anchor your he also is mobile. Like he's able to move at the top of that zone.
No
he's
pun
not
intended.
he's not a big
He is mobility.
Yeah, he's not a sloppy big at the top of the zone. He's actually like a athletic, mobile.
Who do you
I
think
can
is
do a
a
lot of
sloppy
different.
big?
Big sloppy.
A sloppy big
They used
to
to
put
be
at
his
the top of the
nickname.
zone.
No,
in
just
general.
who was a big sloppy big?
Jokic in a way.
I can see that. Sure.
Big sloppy.
But also I
Is that what
think
they used to call him?
Yeah, that's what Daigneault
I think it
used
was
to call
one
him.
guy. Yeah.
Daigneault
I
used to
just
call
seen
him.
the other day.
I want to give a lot of credit to Jared Allen though. Jared Allen, I thought defensively was a monster in this game, especially when you're talking about him contesting at the rim without fouling, just being pretty much a big vertical threat at the rim. I thought that was amazing. And then I thought the Pacers just ran into something that a lot of teams don't want to run into, and that's Donovan Mitchell with his back against the wall. And Donovan Mitchell has shown you that throughout these games, he's averaging 40. So like
Donovan Mitchell with a back against the wall. I pictured him. He was on that wall right there with his back, with his leg up. Like, what up? You don't want to run to that boy. That's
Yeah,
a
he
scary
is
sight.
something nasty.
And it's
I'll
just
tell
the
you
rim
that.
pressure was just something that I was just like,
Time
holy.
and time again.
And it's
man.
like he was putting his head down and going through people's chests. Like he was trying to dunk on people.
They were comparing
And
it to a
like-
running back, and it was very fitting.
Yeah, he was going through people's chests and finishing. I was just like,
he had that
God
one finish in the
damn.
first quarter. That he
Relax.
goes up for the dunk. and
Yes.
just, woo!
Oh, and I was like, Donovan, damn.
Yeah.
And I was saying that when his career is over and he get that final mixtape, that's on that mixtape.
Yeah.
That's how
And
nasty.
then the
finish
floater was nasty too. He had it all going.
Yeah. Evan Mobley was the MVP though. I'm kidding. I mean, the guy that dropped 40 is probably MVP. But like outside of that, Evan Mobley was
one pass away. He could drop and recover.
Yes, it's kind of a cheat code to be able to have that man at the top of your zone.
He eat up so much space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then they still had Max Strus on some, hey, Halliburton can't touch this ball to move this pace up.
Yeah.
Do not let him, no, sir. No,
sir. That zone just prevents your team from getting in rotation.
Yeah.
Like, that's what the Pacers really thrive at, is getting that ball movement, two passes, 3 passes to an open look. That zone prevents a lot of that shit from happening. So that's how we get to the point where Halliburton is, 4 points, 2 assists or something crazy like that?
This was not an aggressive Halliburton game. He was definitely trying to feel the game out, and he never got a feel for it.
And this is one of the ones is like, Game 2 is super important they came back and won that game, because without the other 3 guys you needed that win. I feel like this next game, Game 4, is the most important game of the series.
Well, also, unfortunately for the Pacers, they don't have a Donovan Mitchell.
No.
Like, Donovan Mitchell is otherworldly when you're talking about being a playoff riser. Dude is
also, they don't have a Donovan Mitchell, but they don't have a Donovan Mitchell stopper or anybody that can even come close to slowing him down right now.
So watching Donovan Mitchell and seeing him finish the way he was, it really make you appreciate it with the other games. When you see Tatum missing the bunnies, I saw Shea miss a couple layups last night, who was also a really good finisher. Jokic missed bunnies. It really put into context, because Donovan Mitchell is a lot smaller than them. Yeah. And he is going like boom, boom, boom. Like Miles Turner ain't the tier and shit he got going on. And yeah, that shit was impressive.
Yeah.
Ty Jerome, though, got to make some shots. Ty Jerome got to make some shots. Much as I love Ty, that's my dog. We want you to get that bag, man. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Darius Garland being back also helps. DeAndre Hunter being back helps. But
just not playing Craig Porter Jr. any minutes anymore, so that's a good thing.
You gotta come out and do it again, though.
Yeah.
And one person I know can do it is Donovan Mitchell.
The Pacers got some good looks, man. Even with that zone, as the game started to glow, I rewatched all of their 3-point shots, and
unfortunately, they just don't have that. They have solid 3-point shooters. They don't have those snipers. To where, like,
they got to kind of replicate what they did in like Game 1. I know that you said that was like a perfect type of game, but that's kind of who the Pacers are. Like they do it very team oriented.
No,
like,
we know what they do, but they wasn't doing it against the zone now.
Yeah, you're right. I want to say they hit a lot of threes in that Game 1 too.
Yeah, they shot 53%.
They were shifting they was able to drive
during that zone. They were like over 11.
It's a lot different. The shots you get from that zone versus we passing the ball a couple times and getting the shot we want.
I'm also not a fan of shot selection in these playoffs. See so many crazy shots, so many. It's just like you can always get that shot. Like the zone, they trying to figure out the zone. I think Benedict Mathurin just took a contested 3, and I was like, you can get that shot anytime you want. Like try to figure something out with the zone. They did have a play in the third quarter. I think it was like 3 minutes 20 seconds left, where Obi Toppin screened the right side of the zone, and then Benedict Mathurin came up through the middle and screened the left side on the inside, and it created a driving lane for TJ McConnell. So they were playing with stuff at the end of the game to try to figure out some things. We'll see what they're able to do in the next game. But yeah.
Sometimes the Pacers' best offense is their defense.
Yeah.
Not letting the opposing team get set by causing the miss, and now we can get out and running. They weren't able to really do that because we had so many stoppages of play because of Donovan Mitchell getting to the free throw line and them just making shots. So it's like, okay, you guys scored, and now you're set on this defense, this zone. We're going to struggle at this point. So if they can somehow ramp up their personal defense and cause a couple more misses or stop fouling so goddamn much, then that could probably help them out. But the Cavs looked like the Cavs last night, and that's the scary part if you the Pacers.
The quarter that you're referencing was the second quarter. They scored 13 points. They shot 22% from the field, 0% from 3, and 60% from the free throw line with 6 turnovers. 0 of 11 from 3 that quarter.
Yeah.
13 points second quarter is nuts.
Yeah, and also the Pacers, it's going to be hard for them to, like, generate those free throws and give their team a break. Like, Donovan Mitchell is going to get to the free throw line. Darius Garland could. I mean, he's not really attacked because he got that damn sprained toe. But, like, he's also someone who can put pressure on the rim. Evan Mobley and Jared Allen are bigs who can put pressure on. So, like, the Pacers are going to have to find a way to consistently get rim pressure.
They've done a pretty good job of, like, slowing down Pascal Siakam.
Yeah.
I think it's an underrated part. I think was that Game 2?
The zone kind of does that itself, too.
Yeah. But Game 2, Pascal kind of had to sit in the corner for a lot of that. They've done a good job there.
He
once
definitely cooled
Jared
off.
Allen leaves, though, or they only had one big on the floor, that zone they could take advantage of this zone without two bigs. Because once they did that, they still left Evan Mobley, or the big man on top. Pascal Siakam was eating on the back end. Like, he could get some easy layups off that. It's just once they got two, it's a little hard.
I think they also don't have that interior presence that I don't think the Cavs fear. That's why they're able to still, like you said, have Evan Mobley at the top, even though they don't have bigs out, Jared Allen out there. They still feel comfortable that we still feel like we can still hold our own down here with that, regardless of who y'all got.
Who should we be talking about panic meter for?
The Warriors, maybe?
No, I mean in this series.
In this series?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about between the series.
The Pacers.
You think it is the Pacers?
The Pacers are kind of like it's kind of a similar thing with the Knicks, where it's like you won on the road, you had all this momentum going home. The last thing you want to do is allow the Cavs to be able to fight back and take away the advantage that you created for yourself.
Yeah.
To go on the road is not a small thing. So you at least want to come back in this game 4 and win and have a 3-1. But to allow a team to come back and remove the deficit that you had in place by doing all that early work.
And then they go back home.
And now they got momentum, and now your back is against the wall, and they figured out something with the zone. Like, the panic meter kind of is on the Pacers, and it would be the same way with the Knicks, depending on how this game 3 goes. If you know.
I would put it on the Pacers, too.
I would say for the Pacers, probably like a 7.
Damn.
He's not, all his.
They have the better player here, so like you still have to deal with that.
All his numbers been pretty high.
He's averaging 40 against.
No, his number wasn't high. I think with the Nuggets though.
Yeah,
I think he gave it like a 5, something like that.
Did you give him an 8?
Yeah.
Somebody gave him like an 8 or something.
I gave him an 8.
I think I said 7.5.
7.5 to 8.
I would give it to the Pacers too. I'd probably give it like a 5. And mostly because it's just like, part of my notes I had for this game is just honestly seeing the Cavs starters play, just like playing the healthy Cavs team. The Cavs were dominating them. Like, you could tell they were clearly the better team. So the Pacers
ain't even 100%. You could see it.
Pacers are battling back uphill as soon as the starters came back. So now it's on them.
I disagree. Do you not remember game 2? They had to come and steal that from the Cavs. The Cavs handled their ass in game 2 as well. Like, some 2K shit happened for them to win that.
Number 4.
You know what I'm saying? The missed free throw.
That don't count, though. That don't count.
Getting the rebound, shooting the 3. Like, a lot went right. Like, the Cavs was still handling them pretty well to be down an all-NBA player, defensive player of the year, an all-star guard, and your 6th man. They had none of those guys and was still in control.
And the 7th man stinks right now.
So they was doing their thing.
I'm mad at it.
Ty Jerome still gonna get paid, by the way.
Well, he's gonna get paid because he's not making nothing right now. But if he continues this, he's not gonna get paid what he was going to get paid.
What do y'all think he probably would have got? Let's say he kept his normal play.
Oh, he was going into.
Is he a 25 million a year guy?
20 to 25, yeah.
Yeah, so? He was in the ballpark of that, $80 to $100 million easily. If he was still playing, like, hell yeah. Now, he's still going to get paid, like you said. But did you lose $40 million? Did you just lose $30 million?
Well, it's not too late.
It ain't too late at all.
It ain't too late. He can get that money back.
It ain't too late.
He needs to drop 40 next game.
It ain't too late at all.
His averages go even.
It ain't too late at all. It ain't never too late.
Yeah.
He got funky play too. I like watching him play because his movements are not normal.
Yeah. Oh, I hate that you said that.
Why you say that?
Because when he was here, he said, I don't fuck with him. He was pointing to you. He said he had crazy takes. He said he don't fuck with you. And he said, this dude right here, I got to stay away from him. They might drug test me if I sit next to dude. And it was Mike. But no, it ain't too late at all, man. It ain't too late at all.
I think my panic is I'm gonna go straight down the middle at a 5. Go straight down the middle at a 5.
I'm so glad the Cavs. It would have been so sad for the Cavs to somehow go out like this, and they just had an amazing season.
All we wanted was help,
them, talking great about them the whole way. They were healthy, and it just kind of fell apart. That would be terrible.
I think it's terrible for both sides. The Pacers just did the unthinkable, going on the road. They won in amazing fashion in game 1. They had a dream ending of game 2 where your best player makes the game-winning shot on the road. You go back home up 2-0. I think it will be extremely tough to lose.
It's good for us, though, PS fans.
Of course. If
the Pacers lose this game after being right there against the Cavaliers, they ain't got no choice but to be like, you know what? We need that guy. We need a guy.
We need a guy.
And that's a big trade.
In the DCU universe,
Yep.
the commissioner of Gotham's name is what? Do you know?
No.
His name is Commissioner Gordon.
Oh,
So they got the Joker and Commissioner Gordon on the same team in Denver.
Oh wow,
Isn't that crazy?
that's crazy.
that shit weak, but it's cool.
It's
Oh, he was a joke star, right?
it's
He definitely fooled y'all with that performance.
That's some Twitter shit. It's like real life imitating art.
So where's Murray though?
He's like the Penguin.
Okay.
I don't know.
Who's Batman? Shay.
I guess so. He ain't playing like Batman, I'll tell you that.
Batman and Robin over there.
J-Dub
Yeah.
Robin.
I saw somebody put together some highlights,
Chad Alfred. Tall as Alfred.
maybe. And they was using it like, oh man, I wish what player was it? The highlight reel had Robin Lopez on the Bulls. Like somebody was attacking Robin Lopez on the Bulls. I'm like, if you don't get this old ass footage out of here in 2025, bro, what was it though?
Hey, you know what I saw yesterday, Mike? I meant to send it because I remember KB was saying he hadn't seen it.
What?
Dude walking to the gym, and the girl doing a move. He say, "Where'd you learn that?" What, Jordan?
You feel like see the
I
commercial?
have no idea what you're talking about.
Jordan's signature shimmy? KB, I'm a fucking fan of that.
Bro,
video,
KB, you gotta see the shimmy though. That shit is the weakest shit
It's
I've
a
ever
commercial?
seen. Yes.
Y'all ever see this highlight? It's so I guess it's a TV show where a girl had a bald head. She was wearing a wig. She run into somebody, bumps, the wig falls off. They freeze frame it as she's bald, and they put a headband on her, and it transitions into Alex Caruso going fucking nuts.
that's crazy.
My girl sent me this, like, this is so random. I'm like, oh, that's Caruso. That's that boy. They getting clever with these highlights.
But you know what? My girl sent me. She was showing me that was random as hell, but had me crying, laughing. A girl dressed up as a dude, and she's hooping with like other dudes.
Oh, I know what you're talking
you
about.
seen that?
She makes hooping content.
Bro, the dudes in there like, bro, good shot, bro, good shot. Like
He watching it.
they cannot tell at all.
Yeah, she walked in there with a beard and everything. Yeah, she was.
I saw that when she was hooping at LA Fitness.
That's
Yeah.
John Stamos.
Yeah, it's a TV show.
Oh.
And he I guess he's the basketball coach. He's like, where'd you learn that?
Why he walking up with his jacket on?
She talking
He
about
walking
some.
on his shoulder.
She's talking about some. What? Jordan's signature shimmy? Get your big goofy
We gotta
ass.
remake that shit.
Oh, yeah, she got the 23 on.
Shit
that's
was so
hilarious.
damn weak.
All right, we got one more series.
He is not having no jacket, by the way. It's insane.
What is he? Is he like grabbing his pants or something?
Yeah, his waist. He got
Yeah.
like two thumbs in his waist.
just
Walk in.
Cartoon ass.
You know who John
walk.
Stamos is? What show he from?
Nah, but he looked familiar though. What is he from?
Full House.
Ah, yeah.
The Warriors and Timberwolves series. I was forgetting what the fuck teams were going on. That series is going on. No Steph Curry at least until
Yeah.
Game 6.
And you could see it was pretty obvious you're going to see the effect of this in game 2. Just defensively, you kind of you get to relax a little bit. Steph Curry ain't on the court. And Jimmy Butler hasn't really played like the version of Jimmy Butler that we would expect to see if Steph Curry is out. He has the ability to take over games, and I felt like in this game he was a little passive. He really wasn't looking to be aggressive. And maybe his ass still hurt. So maybe that's a reason, but he's gonna have to play like the Heat version of himself throughout this next week, of which Steph Curry is probably gonna miss. Well, this series is gonna be over really quickly.
Is that what they traded for?
Yes. For the non-Steph Curry minutes, for there not to be a big ass drop off.
Jimmy Butler, what he did in Miami was so good. I just think it's so tough to continue to set that as the bar for him.
Also, it's been 3 years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, that's true.
But even that, let's say he doesn't do that, he still needs to be better than what he gave us in Game
Absolutely.
2.
Yeah.
Or more aggressive, I guess, is probably the best way
But
to
he
put
ain't
it.
been that. We was talking about that.
Yeah.
But it was with the Heat.
100%.
That might just be Jimmy Butler at this point, which is why I liked him with this team, because it's like, I don't need you to be playoff Jimmy. With
How
the
many
Heat.
40-point games y'all think Jimmy had as a Miami Heat player in the
As
regular
a Heat
season?
player?
In a regular season?
No, in the regular season.
2.
I wouldn't even say. I might
I'd
say
say 10.
one.
In the
said
regular
10?
season, he had
Yeah.
10 40-point games?
I'll say 10.
Okay.
You just
I'll
saying
give
this
it.
You
as
might
a
be right, I
Miami
don't
Heat
know.
or this past season?
As a Miami Heat, his entire Heat tenure.
I'd probably say like 3.
Because wasn't he
regular
there like
season.
6 years?
4.5.
Four and a half?
5 seasons total.
5 seasons total? Okay.
He didn't drop 40 at one time yet.
Right, because he was
didn't drop 40.
Because the
barely a
game has to
20-point
mean
scorer,
the
though.
game has to mean some shit for
he
him to
hasn't-
really get to that level.
Well,
bro.
now the games mean some shit, damn it.
but he's
No, he
also-
hasn't dropped 40 in the regular season since 2017.
Yeah.
Which is what the Timberwolves, the Bulls,
The weird thing is that like you can still
against the
see it.
Philadelphia 76ers.
No, that was his career night. That was 2016. This 52-point game is what we talking about was against somebody. It won't let me click.
Regardless, though, it's just tough for Jimmy right now too, because at this age, still he can still impose his dominance at the rim and like get to the line and do all that. They got some people down low for him though. Like they have size for him. Not without Steph. Jaden McDaniels is taking on that assignment. Like he's got a lot on his plate to just kind of like consistently do that.
I don't think the Wolves have played a good game yet.
It's coming too, because Ant-Man he's gonna have that game. Ant-Man is gonna have that game.
Yeah, and then, yeah. And there didn't play that good in that game. And he also sprained his ankle pretty bad and left for a stretch of this game. So
I've seen that too many times. It used to be like the LeBron thing when you mess your ankle up, tie it up, and
Yeah.
just get on
And
like
popping
go
up too much for you.
and do that. Jalen Brunson be doing that shit too.
well, Anthony Edwards got carried off.
But
he eventually
did
came
he
back
look
in.
like he messed up his ankle when he came back?
But
Yeah,
they showed a lot of
he
footage
He
of him
did, but
putting
he
in
had
work.
one. He was exploding to the rim, looked like he could have.
They say he's made out of antimonium.
Antimonium.
No,
That sounds like a gas, don't it?
it does.
Schedule one.
Antimadium,
Schedule one. Type that.
Like
up.
what is it in the?
vibranium.
But no, it's another form of that in the MCU. But
The new one.
I don't fucking never mind.
They got a new one. It's like
no idea.
stronger than vibranium.
This series sucks though. Warriors came too far to just be here without Steph. It's just a pain to watch. It's
Yeah.
just tough.
Especially if it's like a hamstring.
Y'all not trying to watch
even
Kevin
think
Knox
even
and
try to
Braxton
play.
Key play together
No.
in the playoffs?
Do you
of
know
all
who
places?
Braxton Key is? Or is it just a
Yeah.
guy on the Warriors?
Oh well, he's just a guy on the Warriors to me.
Okay.
Adamantium, and they turn into antimantium. There we go, because it's
Okay.
Ant-Man. There we go.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't know Braxton Key from
A can of paint.
a can of paint. No disrespect to him, obviously.
Obviously.
But when he checked into that game, I'm like,
There's a
checked
draft
into that
prospect that I
game.
think reminds me a little bit of Jimmy Butler.
Cedric Ceballos.
What? Who the what?
Cedric Ceballos got his jersey retired by the.
Oh, I just said something about the draft and you said Cedric. I'm like, what the hell?
No, who's the guy whose name is Cedric in his draft?
Cedric Howard.
There we go. That's not him who you're talking about, but that was the name that came to
I'm talking
mind.
about
immediately.
Dominique Clifford.
Um,
Reminds me of some Jimmy Butler.
I can see that.
this series is kind of boring, though. It's just
It's
the no
unfortunate,
Steph
too.
effect is what
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
what it is.
Mhm.
He's too damn impactful, too damn fun to watch, especially if Minnesota's not giving us like a crazy performance as well.
Mhm.
Game kind of dragged a little bit.
Draymond still-
Draymond did some stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
He crazy. I don't even know. I don't even know how to explain. It'd be so crazy watching him because like you love him as a basketball player, but then the antics is like what blows your mind. And it's like he literally smacked Nas Reed in the face and tried to play it off as if he didn't do shit. Like he
So you know what my problem is with people like you?
what?
You trying to make him look like an angry black man.
You know what? I think he wasn't talking about. I think he was talking about the interaction with the fan, right?
Oh, in the crowd, he was on that bike.
And I heard a lot of people talking about it, but I don't think people know that clip existed. They think he's talking about the hit on Nas Reed. But I think he's talking about the fans' interaction.
What was the interaction? I seen it, but I couldn't
I think
make
They
out
said
what
something
they
racist to him.
Okay.
I don't know exactly.
I couldn't hear it. Did
I
y'all
didn't hear it either.
Yeah. I believe him though. I definitely believe
Yeah,
him.
of
Because
course.
apparently the fan got kicked out of the arena. So the police officers and security that was there probably heard something too. And they
Or at least some. I know there was one fan that went viral that was like, "I'm the one that snitched." Right. So at
You
least
can
some
hear him
people
in the
around.
background.
like, get him,
saying,
Draymond.
Yeah, get him, Draymond. Yeah, I heard that. I did hear that for sure.
But yeah, it was. I don't know, man.
Yeah. it's tough.
Draymond Green. Everybody flails. It's like he doesn't know when and where to flail, and his flails always end up hitting somebody in the face. And that's the problem. And I think in his mind, obviously you got some players where he's like just dirty on purpose. But I think in his mind, like, I did the same shit he did. But you just so happen to connect with his eyeball. So that's why it's different. Some of the plays are so cut and dry, technical, because you hit them above the shoulders. That's the textbook definition of what a flagrant slash technical
And you
foul
don't even
is,
really
and
gotta
he will still
try.
argue it.
You don't even got to try. Like,
It's just
That's my shit. It's the arguing.
yeah,
Number one, you
that's
got a
what really bugs me.
reputation. You've done this before. And being a vet, you know they not finna change shit. I've never seen a motherfucker get tech. Hey, man, I want it. Oh, okay, hold on. Hey, we ain't giving him that tech no more. I've never seen it.
not since '99.
So he has to just move on,
That's
bro.
what Jordan did,
But when
right?
Jordan was like, "I'm getting fouled," and he's like, "Okay, Mike, I got you, Mike, I got you."
Yep. He said you can foul you, Mike.
That's
I couldn't even
crazy.
do my little old whistle.
But
Yeah.
he definitely ain't getting that second tag.
Never gonna get the second tag.
But yeah, that's what, and that's why I be trying to give a lot of like just respect to the refs because I couldn't be that person where I'm trying to do my job and it's just a dude yapping, not even just like talking, conversating
He's
with me.
in your face.
He's literally barking at me the whole time, and he's the dude asking for stuff. He's the dude asking for explanation. He's the dude asking for a call.
It honestly, I know it may sound. The referees' jobs are hard, and they receive a lot of retaliation. Obviously, they have a lot of restraint to not eject him and give him that second tag a lot of time. I don't even know how the hell they even manage to just have a blind ear to it. But man, do they put up with a lot.
A blind
of
ear, huh?
A death ear.
Yeah, a blind ear is so
death ear.
crazy.
I don't know if I could tone it. I get annoyed as hell.
No, I agree.
Shit would piss me off, bro.
He's got the longest leash in the league, and it's not
Ever.
even close. It's not even close.
The next time I talk to an NBA player, I'm gonna ask him about that.
I wonder how it would be too if
How you feel if the opposing team, he get to say whatever the hell he want to say,
Mhm.
and then you though, you're on thin ice, pal.
It's a problem when I do it. Well, how it go? It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it.
So
Do you think it's also
That's why I think that when it's all said and done, the careers are over. It's like Draymond really benefited from playing with Steph,
That's
not only
exactly
from the
what I was about
gameplay,
to
but like
ask.
his demeanor and the way that Steph is really relaxed and laid back. I feel like Draymond would have got on a lot of superstars. Like
James
one.
Harden would have definitely been like, all right, y'all can trade.
We
his
seen
ass."
the little instance with Kevin Durant. He wasn't even there for a minute. They were winning, and it was just like, man, I just can't. It's
we
just
don't
not
need
it.
you.
He was part of the reason, and he wasn't the whole reason, but he was part of the reason.
They didn't.
They did win one after.
They needed the hell out of him, boy. They needed, man. If they ain't had Kevin Durant, that shit was Braun was gonna be moonwalking on that ass.
What a crazy time that was, though.
Yeah, it's
They
kinda,
needed Kevin. They needed the
That
fuck
team
out of
just
Kevin.
Them
couldn't
threes
move.
at the top of the key, that shit is like just engraved in my brain.
Bro, it went from Harrison Barnes missing to Kevin Durant.
top of the three daggers.
They wasn't even fair.
Oh
No.
man, they needed to say we didn't need. Is that real? Am I forgetting?
You remember when?
Yeah, no, that was when Draymond was sitting on. That's when they had that argument.
I
When
remember
he
him
didn't pass him the
in
ball.
Clippers.
Yeah.
Against Clippers. I remember him calling him out of his name. We don't need you. It's crazy.
You remember when,
he
Russ-
was sitting on that? Like that was festered up. So if I'm Kevin Durant, I'm listening to him like, damn, that's how you been feeling?
Yeah.
I'm stealing too much shine or some shit. The
y'all,
fuck?
Y'all remember when Kevin Durant and like Russ?
Didn't you call me after y'all lost?
Because you needed me then, didn't you? When you was crying.
Didn't you call me in the parking lot?
They had that little fake beef with Russ and Kevin Durant since Kevin Durant left or whatever.
Yeah.
You remember they had their first All-Star game together?
It was
And
all buddy.
Yeah, it was a big story, like, because they were teammates again because it was on
Think
the
you threw him
West.
a lob or something.
Yeah, it was like, oh, they cool now, they cool.
I always preferred to see them cool, by the way. I was never for them having beef. It made me happy to see that.
Yeah, I think the beef thing sometimes is overblown.
But I
think we
do
don't-
like
we
when
don't
they
really
played each
know.
other and they was in each other's face. That was cool too, though.
I think Halliburton even said it when
When
Dame
Dame
got
got
hurt.
hurt, yeah.
Like he's saying, it's always been love between me and
Well, Dame is his favorite player of all time.
Yeah,
Why wear
he's-
zero?
yeah, and he said I've always spoke highly of him, and y'all should know why I was zero. And he pretty much cleared up the fact that they don't genuinely have beef. That shit is just in between the lines.
As it always should. be.
Yeah, and as it always should be.
I agree.
What do y'all panic meter for the Warriors in this series?
I say about 7.
A 10. They don't have
Yeah,
Steph.
it's like a
9.9.
It's definitely like a 9.
Steph can't come back
Hamstring
until
is tough.
game 6 at
Potentially.
the least. I mean,
Yeah.
at the
Earliest.
least, earliest.
And then at that point, he's still probably not 100%.
Yeah.
And you're talking about a dude that has to run a lot, and he has a hamstring injury. That's a lot.
Would y'all say the Rockets would have been the toughest defense he'd probably have to face in the playoffs?
Ever?
No. I'm just saying this
During his
playoffs.
current
Oh,
run.
yeah.
Would this be the
Probably.
like that would
Yeah,
be the
yeah.
toughest? So, yeah, Timberwolves is not no slouch, but I just felt like there was a
His ass
sign
had
of relief.
13 points in 12 minutes before he got injured.
I was gonna say it was a breath of fresh air not having to check in, and you got to see Amen Thompson just mean mugging you as soon as you walk into the damn gym. Yeah,
or Fred. Like they had always like an A+ defender on him. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, shit, it was somebody literally attached to him 24/7.
You talk about Tino was also playing zone. They made sure that someone was
boxing
always
one on
attached.
his ass.
It was a boxing one.
So I was like, it had to be some type of relief, but it sucks that he's gonna miss some games, and hopefully they can make something happen.
It's gonna be tough, man. That offense is really designed to help Steph Curry thrive and to help everyone else thrive around him.
Mm-hmm.
You take him out, it's just you kind of have to change your whole offense damn near when Steph Curry's not there because no one's gonna garner the attention of a Steph Curry coming off of those screens. And shit.
Said Buddy Hield shooting him like Steph.
Got to keep shooting them, right? I mean, Steve Kerr was like, we're gonna run everybody and see what we got.
He did that in game 2.
He did.
His ass was playing everybody. He was just trying to find something that works. Somebody got to have a high hand.
Yeah. Kaminga played all right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Kaminga did actually. Yeah, Kaminga played good. Yeah.
It's just not enough.
Just not enough.
How much is Jonathan Kaminga making this year? Like,
Less than Ty
I'm
Jerome.
sorry.
When his contract is up.
Hey, what?
Less than Ty Jerome.
Yeah, I agree.
Who's paying him though? You niggas, that's gonna be the interesting part. Like, what
They might be
is
teammates
Kaminga's
in
market?
Brooklyn. Who knows?
Teammates in Brooklyn.
And my thing, the Nets got the number 1 overall pick. I was so happy for them.
That would be a nice little way to start it off. Huh?
I love to see Cooper Flag in Brooklyn. Him and Claxton, that 4 and that 5. Oh, sign me up.
Claxton getting traded, buddy.
I
He's a
have-
Laker.
Last year turned me off to Claxton a little bit. And maybe that's unfair to him because of the team, but I was not impressed like I was the previous
True.
years of his career.
But
Yeah.
they also sucked.
He's not a good offensive player at all.
At
He shines
all?
on. He's not a really good offensive player. I
wouldn't say at
mean,
all.
he's going to
also-
shine on the defensive side.
Would you rather have Claxton or Zubac?
Zubac. But the point
Yeah,
is,
but
You wouldn't have said that 4 months
before
ago.
the season
more
started, you was going
talent,
Claxton.
more talent on the floor. He's going to shine better just because
Yeah.
it's like he can finish the plays, but he needs a little
No,
bit
yeah,
of a
he's not a
settlement.
self-creator, but like he
Yeah.
also didn't have nobody to really get on the ball.
That's what I say. He
That's
needs
fair.
on a,
Yeah,
on
like,
a talented roster. He'll
Who the
shine a
hell
lot
is they
better.
fucking point guard going to be?
Hey, D'Lo was getting it done for a
No, I
little
said
bit.
who is it going to be? He's a free agent. They bring
I
him
don't
back.
Yep.
They got like 4 first-round picks. They'll end up with
Shout out to the Nets
What if
team
they just-
for using
it's-
us in a
It's like
Oh,
they
yeah,
bring,
shots
they
in
bring
there.
Dennis Schroeder back, and then they just they
Trade
trade him
him
again.
again.
Trade him again for another asset.
I hope
Infinite
Dennis
money
Schroeder
goes, man.
is able
Yeah,
to
for
stay in
real.
Detroit. I really hope he's able to. Him and Malik.
Yeah, that would be dope.
I hope they bring Malik back, even if it's on a little small bag. Like, bring him back, bro.
I know he begged to stay, but I know if another team offers him the right amount of money, he's gonna have to do the personal decision and have to take his financial.
Unfortunately, yeah. I
So,
agree.
Even though his heart seems like it's in Detroit. That's where he's had his best part of his career. But he's gonna have to do his best for him and his family. Unfortunately.
Oh, he said nothing wrong. He just sounded like his ass had $5 in his account.
Nah,
I
but
don't know. Trust me, well said.
Can he feed his family?
Can he feed his family on that contract, man?
Oh, no.
As a youngin', that sounded so stupid, but I get what he mean.
I don't.
So
I don't even know what type of money was he making.
So when you become a person with that type of money, you create what they call a lifestyle. And you have to sustain a lifestyle. So you need more money.
Mhm.
Also,
I think his case is different because he's not talking about the life. He said feed his family. At some point, that lifestyle got to go
but
secondary.
he didn't
to
mean
put-
literally. He
I-
could
I
give his son
understand.
fucking McDonald's.
I understand what you mean, but like that lifestyle got to change if you don't make the money for the lifestyle.
yeah.
But he's talking to an NBA owner who had the bread, so he wanted his shit. Don't get me wrong,
let me
it sounds
see.
fucking crazy to an average person. That's why when I was a kid, he's like, what is he talking about? I'm pretty sure I probably asked my dad or my mom, like,
In
for
2004,
real can't feed
Latrell
his
Sprewell
family?
famously declined a $21 million contract extension from the Timberwolves, stating, "I've got a lot at risk here. I got to feed my family." He's expressed that he was not motivated to help the Timberwolves win a title because they weren't offering him a contract extension that deemed adequate pay.
gotta get your bread, man.
I'm not mad at it, bro.
You gotta
I'm
get your
not mad
bread.
at it.
Did he end up getting a bigger bag?
Probably
After that?
from New York. Or is this is after New York? This is after New York, I think.
Well, they said 2004, right? Is that what I read?
Yeah.
His last season in the NBA was 2005.
Oh shit.
Should have took that deal.
Do y'all remember Latrell Sprewell?
Yeah.
I do.
Latrell Sprewell was good.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy to turn out an extension and then be out the lead the next year.
How long was the extension?
I don't know. It doesn't say here.
Shit sound like Nerlens Noel.
Shit sound like he got blackball. Oh, he can't feed your family, huh?
Yeah.
I think Jeff T talked about this.
All the 29 owners. Hey, he can't feed his family, huh? Let's show him. He finna really can't feed his family.
Jeff T was like, when one of the first things he learned that players are really making money. Like he was like, it's a shocker because he said you get check stubs. And he said he was sitting at his locker. He said for 2 weeks he made $86,000. And he said, let me see what Joe Johnson. He said Joe Johnson. He said, let me see what he made. He looked over there. He said
300-some thousand. Something.
Nah, he said, damn, he made $2 million for 2 weeks.
Damn. Man, what the fuck? What?
Yeah.
Damn. That's
he
like
said his shit said $2 million.
That's like some rap shit. I just gave him making $2 million in 30 days.
Yeah.
But they got a tour.
I
ain't
just
touring
made
for fucking 365.
No, it's that old Chris Brown lyric. He said, I just made what he made in 10 days. No, in 10 years and 10 days. That's off that Look at Me or whatever it is.
Yeah, that
That
NBA money be crazy.
In 2 days.
How it go?
He said,
Oh, I just made what you made in 10 years. In 2 days.
Yeah.
These ladies love me.
I'm on my cool day.
Okay.
If you get what I get, what would you say? She called, she waxed it all night.
Mr. Miyagi.
And on Suicide Doors. Ari, look at me now. You used to know that Busta Rhymes shit.
Yeah, I did.
What did Wayne saying that?
Oh,
I
gotta go back.
I gotta hear it.
I can't think of one Wayne line in that song. How does he even start up? Oh no, he started off fast too.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, he started off fast as well. Why your girl on my? She's on my.
I think Busta Rhymes told a
I'm
story
gonna
about
say
how
hi to it.
Busta Rhymes told a story about how he got on this song. I think they were like somewhere and like he was walking past the studio
right?
and he heard it.
Yeah.
And that's why he walked in there and he's painting a picture of him. Hey, let me show you how to do the thing on it. Like that part is like him genuinely like.
Because every time I got it, anybody.
He said, I'm a nuisance. I go stupid. I go dumb like the Three Stooges. Just stupid on it.
I didn't want to listen to that song. Now.
Oh man, was y'all around for Three Stooges?
Yeah, black and white. Oh hell yeah, Three Stooges used to be fun. I
What's
used to
the
watch
name
the
of
Three
the Three
Stooges after
Stooges?
watching a scary movie.
Right. Because they had to do with the.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Harry is Curly, Moe, and Harry, I think.
No, we
Not
What?
Three Stooges.
No, we talking about. What is he on?
I don't know.
That's Three Stooges.
I'm aware. We talking about something completely
Who?
fucking different. He said he used to watch it after those scary movies came on. That was a specific channel, and he used to be the dude at night. It's like I don't.
I was just genuinely speaking on any scary movie. I don't know what movie you talking about, but like if I watched a scary movie, I would be like, oh, well, I gotta watch the Three Stooges.
But on a channel that the Three Stooges used to come on, we were
Used to be a
kids.
scary.
There used to be a show where the dude who used to be dressed up in a suit.
Hitchcock.
That's what his name is. And after these Hitchcock movies would come on, because he used to have series of scary movies, they'd be like, ooh, on Friday night. They would play the Three Stooges. So I thought that you were.
Oh no.
His name is Hitchcock?
Alfred Hitchcock. Yeah, I did. I get it right this time, though, right?
Alfred Hitchcock. He did some movies, didn't he?
A lot of movies.
No. I'm not saying it ain't his movies, but there used to be a man. What fucking channel was that? Was that like WGN, WeTV?
Yeah.
WeTV.
I'm pretty sure it was
Scary
one of the channels you could watch without cable.
movie
Because we
guy.
ain't had cable sometimes.
Same.
Yeah, the only one I really know of is Psycho.
This guy right here. You don't remember this motherfucker? You ain't never see him growing up
Wait,
in
let
those
me see.
commercials?
Oh
Yes, and he would
yeah.
be. What is this guy's fucking name?
Oh yeah.
Look,
I
Night of Horror host.
Okay.
That's what it's called, Night of Horror. There'll be a Night of Horror.
I thought you were talking about that. He was also on black and white. That's why I said Hitchcock.
Seven Ghoulie?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, Gooley makes
Gooley.
Yeah.
So this Gooley guy would dress up like this, and this ain't scary now. We're fucking grown, but they would make a commercial on like WeTV or whatever the fuck it was called. But you know the channel I'm talking about. And they would play a scary movie. He had a whole series. My auntie used to have the collections of the movies that they would play, and it would be gory as hell for TV.
Yeah.
I remember one time I put in one of the movies at my auntie crib. The movie come on, it's a married couple.
I'm gonna eat my snacks.
The dude is sitting down, drinking wine, waiting for his wife. She comes up and slices his motherfucking head off. And then the fucking movie starts, like the intro of the movie. It used to be scary shit like that. But they would play those movies, and then late at night, it would go off, and the Three Stooges would come on.
Yep. The Three Stooges was like that nice.
Put you to bed.
It was like that nice mental break. It makes you forget all the scary stuff that you done seen, and now you just get to laugh. I wonder how funny the Three Stooges would be as an adult. I haven't watched it back.
It was Me TV, yep.
I would like to watch it back and see if I would still laugh at what they were doing.
We old as hell, man. This shit
It doesn't matter if you like physical comedy or not.
Shit started in 1970.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Y'all gotta watch Abbott Elementary, man. That's the show that had you cracking up out loud.
That shit hilarious.
Yeah, I remember y'all kept saying that if I liked The Office, I would like Abbott Elementary.
Yeah. This is one dude in there. He's not even a main character. Like he coming there every once in a while. He picking up somebody from school. Teacher like, Tariq, what you doing here? Like, that's not your kid. He said, I'm here to pick up my stepson. She said, that's not your kid. He said, well, I've been dating his mama for the last 2 weeks. Ain't that right, Tariq Jr.? Stupid shit like that.
I can see that being way funnier on the show. You want to wrap up?
Yeah.
Oh, Millsman's of the week?
Oh shit, you're right.
Clearly didn't have one.
I didn't have one. I'm sorry.
Don't waste your award on just anybody.
Give it to Braxton Key.
No, we give it to Aaron Gordon.
There you go.
Aaron Gordon's the perfect one.
There we go.
Did he not win it before?
Maybe.
Maybe he has.
But if you keep playing like this, then
yeah, you're gonna win it every week.
not Donovan Mitchell.
Not Aaron Gordon.
Okay. We appreciate y'all watching or listening to this episode of Numbers on the Board. Leave a like, subscribe. We'll see y'all next time.
Peace.